I mix what I like, what I like, what I like, what I like. I mix what I like, what I like, what I like, what I like. Hey, what's up, world? Welcome to this very special edition of I Mix What I Like with the bad green screen and everything. We're not fully officially set up properly because we're in the middle of a big party happening here at the house to celebrate. So stick around as I get the camera and everything together because and the green screen, because we're gonna have some special guests coming through. The house is live. What's up, everybody? Appreciate you coming through and joining us, joining me. It is a celebration. It is a celebration. And in fact, what I should do is, because I'm gonna have to make some adjustments anyway, what I should just do, I think what I'm just going to do is blur it out and leave it there. So first of all, I just want to, I got to say a big shout out to whoever, to all of you, to my wife in particular, to my family who have put together this incredible party we're having, this cookout, to all the good people that have come through, to all of you who are here. I've just wanted to have a good time with all of you and celebrate the book a little bit and the work a little bit. You'll hear dogs in the background, you hear music in the background, maybe hear people in the background. Some of our favorite people are here at the house live. So as soon as we get ourselves, and in fact, I'm rushing to get up here because I lost track of time. We're hanging out, having such a good time. But the flip side is I really do appreciate BPM and all of you so much that I didn't want to just get totally wrapped up in real life and come through. But peace, everybody. Thank you all for coming through. The shirts are dope. It's a lot of fun. Jupiter, welcome. Renee, welcome. Let me know if my mic isn't sounding right because I have nothing properly hooked up. You see the background isn't right either. But it's largely because I'm trying to make room for other people to come through. And so really what I'm going to do is in a minute here, I'm just going to turn off the virtual background so we can, yeah, thank you very much. I am wanting to talk with you all a little bit about the book. If any of you have comments, questions, queries, conundrums, catechisms, cacophony, calumny, consternation, if any of you have had a chance to read either the first or second edition, have any comments you want to offer, please do. Criticism, Coco, what's up? What's up, Coco? Easy, what's going on? And honestly, this day has turned out better than I would have expected. There's so many good people at the house. My family really laid it out. The food has been crazy. I'm gonna have to go on a fast after this. From everything. And thank you very much, Deborah. Thank you very much. And thank you, Kamal. Appreciate you for coming through. Leah, thank you very much. All the BPM family who've been so supportive of BPM, of this show, of the book. Thank you all very much. So there's going to be some intermittent. I'm going to have to dip out here, bring some people up here, and get some things taken care of. But we're gonna keep the stream up. We're going to keep talking. So if you have comments, questions, queries, please let me have them. Criticisms, whatever. I do want to talk a little bit about the process of the book, some of what's new in the book, some of the response to the book, or lack thereof. Let's see, how would I best set this up here? So what I think I should just do is, if I go here, background, none, let's just, I do have a green screen, but I'm going to go with none. Although I can't, how am I not turning that off either? Anyway, I'll keep working on that. I'm a little, admittedly, I'm a little excited, a little amped, and a little discombobulated given all that's going on around here. Thank you, Tahir. Thank you very much. Thank you, Coco. Appreciate it. And definitely want your criticism, Coco. Anyway, one of my favorite people just showed up too at the house. Somebody, people we haven't seen in a long time. This has been pretty dope. It's been a dope day. I can't front. So I don't know. I have to check. Did he respond? 19 keys. So we'll definitely have to come back to this. Thank you, Musa. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. And yeah, 19 keys. So what was weird was I really got to. How do I get rid of the virtual background? I'd rather just see nothing at this point. And I hit none. And okay, here we go. Let's just do this. There we go. All right, there we are. There we go. There it is. Just let's just keep it raw like that for now. Because I want to make room because we're going to need some room for some people to be able to come on in. You could get a little, see my remix bag hanging up in the background. Yeah, bear. There we go. Bright beige. There we go. So yeah, so on Instagram, I saw that some people, Diallo Sumbri is a brother that I've had some chance to engage over the years here in the DC area. Does some really good work in the cultural space. Thank you. So, by the way, if you all have another a rebellion in the streets, like in 2020, maybe the publisher will do another free run of the digital copy. But criticism. Tell me how soon after spending money on the first edition you announce the second edition coming out. So that's funny. So Richard, that's funny. But let's be clear. So with the first edition, I got, just straight up, I got a $600 payout, one-time payment for the book, and I've made no royalties. The free book giveaway, I don't make money off the digital versions of the book. So when they gave the digital version away, it was like a win-win because I don't make money off of it and they give it away. This time, they're not giving it away, but I still don't make money off the digital purchase. So I get 5% royalty on the hard copy purchase of the second edition, and that's all the money I'll make. Oh, no, I did get a $400 completion payment, like you get paid when you turn in the manuscript. One time, $400. So money has never been the issue. I'm not making a lot of money off of the book at all. I know that was a joke. There's no money off of the book, or very little money off of the book. It's just been a sort of a pleasure to be able to. I think that's publishing, and if you really get into publishing and you look at what is the percentage of people who actually make money off of book sales and who get advances and whatnot, they're not writing the kind of stuff that many of us would be wanting to read. And that's true. Moose is making a good point. A $600 one-time payout is more than most of us are getting. So that's a fair point. That's a fair point. But it's not life-changing money by any means whatsoever. And in fact, I think the second edition, they asked me for it after they saw that even with a free digital giveaway, it was highly desired. I mean, even if you're giving something away for free, it doesn't automatically mean that everybody's still going to want it. And there were like 100,000 downloads, even if you count that as broken up by chapter, and there were 7 chapters, I think, in the first one. That's still a lot of. It was about 10,000 total. The amount of roughly 10,000 copies of the book. So they were like, I don't think they promo the book much. There's a couple tweets here and there. There's no budget for it. There's no like book tour or there's nothing like that. So, yeah. So. But listen, so a couple things I will say, and then I'm gonna look to go get some of these, see if we can get some of these folks to come upstairs and say what's up. But first of all, like, share, subscribe. Please support the channel. Thank you all for doing so. If you're not already, please find a way to support it, immaterially, materially, whatever you want. Shout out to Roberto barking in the back. But anyway, so I don't think I even finished that story. I'm a little excited. I'm a little amped. One of my favorite people showed up a few minutes ago, so I'm very, very, very excited. And I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but he showed up with someone else who showed up that I'm very, so it's just a lot of excitement. But the short of it is, I'm on Instagram the other day and I see my man Diallo Sumbri, who's again, we're not in the same circles. We're not, enemies, but we're not tight either. And I see that he's posted something about 19 Keys, and they did something together in Ghana because Diallo does a lot, not bro Diallo from us, but this other Diallo. Sumbri does a lot with Ghana and whatever, what have you. And I see he's doing something with 19 Keys, and I saw there was a couple people that I know and truly respect who liked, and a couple people that even like gave like hearts and thumbs up. So I did. I said, just want to just say for the record that I strongly disagree with 19 Keys and his approach. And then 19 Keys he did respond and say, I'd like to hear what you have to say. And I said, well, let me just, to be more clear, Black capitalism, entrepreneurialism, and high-level mentality is not an answer to the problem. And selling people courses and tours is not an answer. I'm not aware that he responded after that, but I did say he's welcome here anytime he likes. He can join us anytime he likes, as is Diallo, and we'll see. But anyway, that said, so as far as the book goes, when Paul Graves said, would you want to do a second edition, I of course said yeah, and admittedly, let's be real. Let's be real. With this audience, let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real. Academically, or whatever could be considered academically, I'm probably not anytime soon going to be producing that much heavy lifting. So I was happy to do a revised edition of the Buying Power book because it's not easy. I wouldn't call it easy, but I wouldn't also call it, for me, heavy lifting. So I was excited to be able to clean up a couple things. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Oh, that's okay. Sorry. Yeah, you're all right. You're good. You're good. Everybody's good. But so I was happy to do a second edition because there's a couple there's actually like a list of 3 to 5 projects academically that I would really like to do. I have notes on them, outlines, a little preliminary research, but the reality is the level of focus that I need to bring to a project, I'm not there yet. I'm nowhere close, to be honest. BPM is way more fun, differently challenging, but for me, relatively easy compared to the kind of focus and discipline that you have to have to write real academic work, or whatever's akin to that I do. And so I was happy to do a second edition. Plus, with the first edition, there were a couple things I would have liked to clean up. And I'm really happy with the second edition, especially with what I've just found out from the publisher will include in new printings a correction of an error they made in arranging some of the text. I think I talked about it before here. So I was very happy that I could make the corrections I made. I'm very happy that they're willing to make this correction of the error they made. And I was happy to add a revised version of the Cryptoganda piece. Derek Hamilton, shout out to him, writing the foreword, which is both a shout out and admittedly a bit of a contradiction. And I'm happy to come back to that. But I really appreciate him. I will always be appreciative of somebody who's willing to step out publicly to support the work of someone to their left. So I will always respect him for that. Deeply. I think that's big. But the contradiction is with, I feel, is with me more than anything else. Like, in terms of why would I have accepted the willingness on his part to do it, and it's not a criticism of him. It's more of just what I see is a contradiction in the politics I'm trying to represent. But anyway, we can come back to that. So I was happy to get that part done. Very happy to add some piece about McKinsey. McKinsey and Company, who has become a more increasingly loud voice in promoting the myth, to talk with one of the head researchers of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, just to get, and really all I wanted him to do was, and he did, was to, are they accurately representing your research? And he said no. Bars, that was it. Thank you. What's his name? The famous actor who was in Moneyball, Brad Pitt. What did Brad Pitt say in Moneyball? He said he hung up on the dude. When you get the answer you want, hang up. So as soon as BLS dude said they're misrepresenting our research, I was like, click. No, I'll just play it. Yeah, a couple other things I was happy to just, and also happy to get a second edition out. It does help. I think it helps further protect me career-wise. I think, in terms of remaining productive, and having a second edition looks good. And I'm also happy to have the book back in the argument, back out in the mix, to see people scramble and run away from it. I will admit that as well. I hope so, James. I hope it is a clapback. The myth of royalty revenues. Yeah, exactly, Diallo. That's exactly it. You really do have to sell a lot of books and have a certain deal and arrangement to make money. And this is why you hear about the hustles where people will have people buy copies of books, or entities buy copies of books to get that number up. Wait, is Netfa in the chat? My man Todd, thank you very much. Shout out to you and your existing and forthcoming work. But yeah, it was if you count, so each chapter online it's separated. So you get, and there were about 7 chapters. I think 7 chapters of the first book. And if you count all the downloads of each chapter, the total comes to over 100,000. And if you add in, and it may be about that or more. Well, actually, I don't know. Was I counting? No, I'm not counting that. So if you count the downloads of the full book and the downloads of each individual chapter, it comes to more than 100,000. And that does not include the books that would have been bought hard copy. So when I did the math, it was somewhere around 10,000 total copies of the book. Equivalent hard and e-copy would have gone out. Which to me, even with the free version, speaks to what people think is the interest, or what is the interest and the value of the argument or the topic. And that's why I think the publisher was willing to come back and say, well, we gave away a book, so now let's make a little money off of a second edition. So we'll see how popular it gets. But That's not, honestly, I don't know what goes into that, but I'm not mad at that idea. So this is a good question. So the first answer, the easy answer is academically speaking, self-publishing hurts you. Palgrave is, if I remember correctly, if I saw it correctly, is still considered a second tier press. It's not a university press, but a second tier press with some credibility, at least within the academic community. So I did want to have something that would give, because I Mix What I Like was published on, whatchamacallit? No, I can't, I just went blank. The Anarchist Press. Now I can't even remember. It's been a long day. But the point is, I Mix What I Like, other than the fact that it existed, probably hurt my academic career more than anything, because it was on an activist press. A university press would have been really good. And I only have one co-authored book chapter in a university press anthology to my academic career. So it doesn't help me when I want to, when I've applied for a job here or there. If they have, and I'm 51 now, you have 25 and 30-year-olds now with multiple publications on university presses in my field. They're going to get the job. They're absolutely going to get the job, and they may deserve it in that context. So I'm not, in some way, I'm not mad at that. Bringing a faculty member in like me with the books that I've published on the presses I've published is not, so self-publishing is fine. The theory is that, again, aside from it not looking as respectable, theoretically, Palgrave is able to, well, not just theoretically. I mean, they're not going to promote the book heavily. I mean, they'll put out a couple of tweets here and there, or it'll be included in their materials that they go send out. But they also do have the ability to, for instance, supply me with 300 hard copies that the Freedom Scholars paid for. And I'm going to come back to this Freedom Scholars contradiction in a minute. I have that as a note, actually. But yeah. Publishing on your own not only looks, honestly, it looks bad academically. It just doesn't look good. It also makes it more difficult to put X amount of copies in X amount of people's hands. It makes it a little more difficult. So why is Netfa in the chat? All right, I got to go. You know what? So tomorrow, me and Jackie, 10 a.m. with Daruba. Speaking of which, hold on one second. Don't go anywhere. I got surprises. I got some surprises for you. Don't go anywhere. Don't you go anywhere. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Let me go get this. Let me go get this. Let me go get some. Let me go get the guests up here. I'll be back in a quick second. Don't go anywhere. Thank you all very much. All seriousness, I'm very excited. There's a lot going on. This is a great evening. I'm having an incredibly good time. Thank you all for showing up. I really appreciate the support for me, for the book, for the channel, most importantly. And please don't take this the wrong way, but hold on just a little bit. I'll be right back. Be right back. Much more coming up. go. Oh, I forgot to take this. All right, everybody. What's up, everybody?
Yo. Hey.
Yo. What's up, y'all?
What's happening? I never seen the back door to the thing.
So, you haven't seen this before?
Got the back.
The back. So there's the chat. What's up, everybody?
What's up, y'all?
Jared? What's going on, BPM?
Hey, we're all in the same place.
In person.
I'm
freaking out. It's wild.
yes.
It's a wild situation. But no, this is dope. Very, very, very wonderful hospitality given by the Balls and in celebration of
Lovely
Brother
host.
Jarad's accomplishment, and just happy to be here. Very happy to be here.
No, I think this is great. Kim said it. Yeah. This is dope. This is dope. I just want to make sure everybody can see and hear everything. All right. Big shout out to the remixers in the building.
It's Jackie, y'all. It's Jackie in the flesh.
Jackie's in the house.
Jackie in the flesh.
I think this is the first time y'all meet in person.
First time meeting Jackie. First time meeting Jared. First time meeting Neff.
Oh, wait, this is the first time we've met in person?
In person.
Yeah.
No, come on.
Tell me when.
So you
I smoke a lot of weed. I might have forgotten. I might have forgotten Jacqueline, but I think this is our first time meeting.
So
in
y'all
person.
not-
Oh my God, no, we have.
We have.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, we have.
Kim and I have not.
No, Jared and I have not.
No.
No.
But Kim also knows one of my tightest homeboys from back in the day who's downstairs. So they all came together to this thing. That's why I'm super excited. It's really good to see you, Kim. I appreciate it.
Thank you. So I'm very honored to be here, Jared. Thank you so much for inviting me, man. And the funny thing is, like I was telling Brother P on the way over here, I said, me and Jared, we got like 2 degrees of separation with Parrish and then with our parents.
That's right.
So for the fact that it's our first time ever seeing each other,
That's
it's kind of, it's long overdue, especially since we've been on the remix for what, 2 years?
It has been 2 years. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
COVID messed up a lot of social stuff. So we
It
did.
did.
So in part, one of the reasons why we wanted to have this gathering tonight, like my wife and I, like we used to have stuff all the time, especially when we lived at the down the street in the townhouse. Since COVID, since the move, we haven't done it. So the book is really just an excuse.
Just an excuse to have a
Just
cookout.
have people kind of cook out people over. So you got family downstairs, people I haven't seen in a while come through. Bashi Rose was here already and left. He came and left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now me and Brother P gonna fight.
Yeah.
Now we gonna fight. Bashi was here, and I miss
Bashi was here
Bashi.
with one of his sons, and this thing don't have a back on it, so I'm gonna just stretch for a second.
Okay.
But oh man, this day's been dope, man. I can't front. It's been dope, and it's really good to see you all here. Neff, I haven't seen you enough, and you haven't been out here since the last time you were out here to see us, right?
I don't think I've been to this.
No, not to this house, but to the other house.
Yeah, the other one. Yeah, it's been a long time. Oh, I think it was since the Black Panther movie, the first one came out.
Oh wow.
Damn. Jesus.
There it is.
A good reason.
Anyway, what's going on in the chat? I don't know what's
Yeah, what is happening
What's
in the
happening,
chat?
chat?
This is a dope day. This is it was good to come out. It was good to celebrate our
Good to see
comrade
everybody.
and his accomplishment. Second edition of this very important book. Really excited for all the good things that are going to come from that.
Yeah, absolutely.
What y'all talking about? What y'all talking?
Nice to see us all together.
See, a second edition of a book, is it kind of like a DJ, like bringing, like wheeling up the track, like wheel up the track again?
Is that or is that like a remix more
Or- yes.
type of show?
So for me, it's well, usually like second editions are a chance to fix stuff, improve stuff,
And you
add
just
stuff.
listen to voice supervision. See?
That's what it is. That's what it is. And I was just saying to everybody here, you know, that it was a chance for me to. I was saying honestly, what I was saying was that when Palgrave asked for another edition, largely in response to the response of the first edition, my answer was absolutely, because to be real, I'm not going to be doing that much heavy lifting academically. Like, let's be real. Like, I'm not. I have notes and lists of things that I'd like to do, but there's no like monster accomplishment or work coming. So it's like this is more or less relatively easy lifting and something I can actually deal with and not have to, pick up an unrealistic amount of work. You know what I mean? Like to do kind of work that I should be doing or would like to do, a lot more focus and discipline than I have right now. So that's just the reality. So on some level, it was easy to do this, but I was also happy because there was a couple things I did want to correct, and enhance and respond to in terms of some of the response I got from the first one. So that's what the second edition I think is very helpful in allowing to do.
You address crypto?
A little bit, yeah. There's a chapter on cryptoganda, and essentially my only point is that there's a black capitalist social media, podcast, YouTube ecosystem that's pushing this, even more than LeBron and Larry David commercials and stuff like that when it comes to black audiences. So that's the point of the cryptoganda, So there's that. There's the Derek Hamilton forward, which is dope. It's a contradiction.
Meaning?
Well, I mean, because, Derek Hamilton doesn't come out of the politics that we come out of.
True.
But he's somebody that worked on the contract for Black America with Ice Cube. He's somebody that worked on Biden and Sanders' economic team. But he's somebody that is willing to publicly associate with their left. And I have to respect that.
Okay.
He was like, Jared is making good points. And most importantly to me, he said, I'm right.
That's all. Okay.
Now I feel a certain contradiction because I do feel not because of him, and I appreciate what he's done, but I do feel a little bit like I don't know, like almost a little bit out of my lane a little bit in the association. But I deeply appreciate him in that he did that. I really do always appreciate when people associate with their left. He doesn't have to do it. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to do it. It doesn't help him in any way.
True.
Plus, he's running around people that we criticize, that I know I criticize. Like he's running around, he's like these are his people, and he's like, well, anyway. So I appreciate that.
Okay.
I'd like to get an interview with him and see what have you encountered after having written the foreword.
Right.
So
what have you learned? How have you changed? How have you grown?
Jared messed up my whole career.
Oh, damn.
No.
He did just do an interview on. I haven't read the transcript, but he did just do an interview on Ezra Klein's New York Times podcast, and I'm kind of curious, like what. And I'm a little afraid to read it, not about me,
About the book.
but about his own analysis. And I was thinking, like, do I want to read it? Because I might want to be critical of it. Do I want to? Is it? I don't know.
I mean, but you can critique in good faith, though. You know
I
what
can.
I mean?
I can. But I do feel right now. I feel like Derek did me a solid. Because honestly, it helps in my like in my job. Like people are not in love with Jared at the job. Like, it's like-
Still? After what?
So it's like so on some level, this is part of the contradiction. I recognize that his being a part of the forward protects me a little bit, and I'm not going to front that. After all these years of beef, it's been nice to get that.
A little respectability?
A little bit of like, we might have to leave Jared alone a little bit more because Derek Hamilton said he's right. I don't know. Anyway,
Can I tell you something?
please.
My mama was trying to send me up here with $20 telling me to buy her a book. I said, Mama, I don't think Jared is selling the books.
No, so okay.
And she said, I want it autographed. I said, Mama, put your $20 back in your pocket. I'm gonna get you a book. I'm gonna get you a book, Mama.
So
I think
did I have? I thought I maybe.
Oh, Jared, you don't have to look for the book.
No,
I'm gonna buy the
because-
book. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy a couple copies.
So what was supposed to happen? All right. So I mentioned this a little bit ago on the live, but so part of the Freedom Scholars Award is that they're buying $10,000 worth of the book. So I'm getting 300 copies.
Oh, wow.
I thought they would have been here by today. So part of the plan for tonight was I was gonna try to figure out a way to say I don't know. I was going to try to figure out a way to give them away or to have people donate to a political prisoner, and I'll send them the book. I wasn't really sure how to figure that out, but the book isn't here. So the point is, you're all going to get copies.
Ooh.
You don't have to worry about it. It's going to be free, or it's going to be, I should say, Freedom Scholars.
Freedom Scholar.
Thank you, Freedom Scholarship.
Selection.
Appreciate it. Subsidized through the Freedom Scholarship. We'll take it.
And I had hoped that it would have been done tonight, so you don't need any money. I'll happily sign and give away copies. But I would like to do something where we could, and I never really figured it out. Like, how would I logistically take people's orders and satisfy? You know, it seems like a lot of work for one person, but we'll work that out. When the books come, I will do that, and we can work something out where. I mean, really what I'd like to do is have people say, I'll buy a book for prison radio. I'll buy a book for the Jericho movement.
Right.
And you get the book, and then the money goes to them.
Yeah, that's
Jamil
great.
Alameen's release fund, I'll buy a book, send the money, something like that. I don't know. It feels like a lot for me to do, and I'm worried that I'll mess that up, but that's probably what we'll do. We'll just work something out like that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So, anyway.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Are the people still here? Oh my God, you guys.
We got over 200 people, right?
Jackie!
All right now.
Oh my gosh, Jacqueline, you look so
Listen.
beautiful. Oh my God,
Thank
the
you.
dreads, the
Thank
locks. I'm
you.
sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry, I'm stop touching you, Jesus.
all
Just stop
I
touching
like being
me.
touched. It's
Oh,
okay.
good. Oh my God, Jackie. You don't know. I was very much looking
Amazon
forward
ship
to see
it?
you.
Is that
I
what
was
somebody just
hoping
said?
you would be here. I said, oh, I get to see Jackie in person.
Yeah, I was glad that I felt good enough today because I was like,
You had
yesterday was not, and yesterday was okay, but yeah, my energy has been weird. It always has been, but I was like, you know what, I'm getting out of this house today, and so I'm so glad I'm here. I'm very glad.
I feel
I'm
like
here.
for folks in DC, like this is like the Maryland version of Woodbridge, right?
It kind of is.
Like-
It's like you got to have a plan to come out here, and it is out here.
Yeah, it's out here. It is definitely out here. Come in,
I want you to
Purge.
say hello, though, 'cause I talk about you all the time.
Oh man.
And Kim was just
Brother
talking
P,
about you.
Come on in.
Brother
You,
P.
you can lean in on that.
Brother
or come on
P.
back here.
Okay.
But
Come on here, Brother P.
but
Peace and
folks
blessings.
folks will know. I said
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.
P stands for percussion. This dude right, man, one of my favorite people in the world. Mama's Biscuits.
My brother. From another
Frostburg.
mother.
Oh wow.
No question. This is
Yeah.
my guy right here. This guy right here, man. I love it, man. This is so dope. I don't even know what to say.
Me either.
People don't believe. People here, they have jokes for Mama's Biscuits. They don't believe, because I keep introducing this, like, from 1997 to 1999, we were the best funk band in Western Maryland.
Yes.
Is that not true?
Arguably, yeah.
Arguably.
Arguably.
Hey, hold up now. Hold up now, my man.
In Western
Hold up
Maryland.
now, my man. We didn't need all that there. We didn't need all that there.
Oh, you know, Mark.
We want to talk about how many there were. We don't need all that. And we talk about my worldview, my limited worldview. 1997, 1999, Western Maryland.
And a testament to that is if you take our band list, I think somebody brought to our attention that what's the young brother D'Angelo's last live album is almost our whole set list.
Stop playing.
Biting. D'Angelo bit
So in
all
case,
off
say that
my
again.
kids.
So in case
What?
anybody, because percussionists don't speak and project.
I
I'm just
love the brother's music. Love his, you know what I'm saying?
So D'Angelo's last live album was copying Mama's Biscuits.
No,
that's what
that's
you're
not-
saying.
Oh,
That's what I
That's
heard.
not what I said.
That's
That's
y'all
not what I said.
style.
That's what
D'Angelo was
A
right
lot
in
of the
y'all
music that
style.
influenced him are the same music that influenced us, because we played a lot of them and they wound up, on his live album.
So we played them first, and then they ended up on his live album.
Well,
We did live first,
I mean, we were
Then
together in
D'Angelo
97, 97 to 98.
did it after that.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm just following the chronology, you know, as serious thinkers that we are.
Yeah.
One comes before two.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, Siri,
Influenced by a lot of the same
Siri
music.
thinks we're talking to Siri.
Oh,
see-
no.
Siri
That's the thing.
said, I thought I heard you say you wanted biscuits.
All those,
Exactly.
all those
Want biscuits all the time.
All those red listed people in the same room. Yeah, we listening. Siri listening. All everybody phone. listening.
FBI
Everybody
listening.
on the joint listening.
There we go. So Mama's Biscuits is real. I just wanted,
That's all right.
let everybody know. It's all good. It's all
I might
good.
have been living my best life.
So,
Man.
maybe somebody wants to come on and we get them a little.
Oh yeah, if
say
any,
some stuff.
I don't know. Does anybody want to jump on and say anything? We could put I'll put the live link in the chat. If anybody wants to come up and say hello.
Girls.
If anybody wants to come
Ooh,
up.
wow.
Oh, look at the super chat. That's
Yo.
what I'm talking about.
Nice.
Let's
Good
go.
job, folks.
Make Kamal, everybody make Kamal happy. Put your super chat. All right, if you all want to, the link is in whatchamacallit. If you all want to jump in, if anybody wants to say anything, welcome to Brandon. Okay, this is one Brandon. I think we can. What's the Brandon chat?
Oh, the Let's Go
chat?
Brandon.
Let's
But
go
see,
Let's
Brandon.
go
that's
Brandon.
corny though, because they just could say fuck Joe Biden.
Okay.
It's just so weird.
I was gonna say that's one brand that we can support. That's all I was trying to say. April, welcome. A-Rob, welcome.
What's up, y'all?
Syrup C.
Syrup
All
C,
right.
thank you. Sister Barrios,
Joining
Barrows,
Manufacturing
sorry.
Descent.
Congratulations, Dr. Ball, joining Manufacturing Descent on tearing down capitalism and psychological hegemony. Thank you very much.
Get it.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome, Vicky Hines. Thank you, Vicky Hines. Welcome and thank you. What celebratory strain y'all smoking?
Well,
So we haven't started. I will.
well, Jared, you said it was a child-friendly environment, so I interpreted
It
that
is a
as
child-friendly
a
environment.
Out
weed-free
there. Out
environment.
there.
Now, y'all. I mean, we don't have to look far. You know what I'm saying?
But
Auntie don't go far without her meds, okay? Like,
But-
I do not go far without my medicine.
just because I want to answer the question.
Oh, well, my bad. What
I
you
just
got? What
wanna
you got?
Answer the questions.
I might need a chair for this.
What you got?
We're working with sour chills.
Read this. What I say, Drake?
Sour chills.
Dirty Sanchez.
Dirty
Dirty
Sanchez.
Sanchez. I thought that was a sex move.
And to be the true life of the
Man.
party, you want to try some Dirty Sanchez.
That's
Lord have mercy.
Get him, Jacqueline. Yes, I'm sold. Yes, give me 2 A's. Give me a half. Thank you.
Never looking like Ryan myself.
Like Ryan Mike
Neff
here.
is innocent. Neff is innocent. Neff is innocent.
Yes,
Never, you
sir.
don't smoke?
Renee,
That's good.
if I print a
Straight
copy
A's.
of the first page of the ebook and you sign that, Renee, I got you. Whatever you got for me to sign, I'll sign it. Thank you very much.
What up, Renee?
What's up,
Thank you,
Renee?
Can't stay for the stream, but I got 5 on it. Well, that's
All right.
You know what?
Hey.
You can't front on that.
Yeah.
Anybody who's like, I can't stay, but I got 5.
Okay,
on it,
that's fine,
appreciate
that's fine.
You. You all good with that?
Hey,
Yeah,
Evan.
Evan.
Evan, thank you
Evan,
very
comrade
much.
Evan.
Right
Evan
on,
conducts
right
our internal political education sessions for BAP Mid-Atlantic, and he's fire. They've been
Word.
great.
Doc J passing out primo. No.
So, but you know, Jared, did you coincide today's book launch with the recreational legalization of marijuana here in the state of Maryland?
That is it.
I
That's
did not,
today.
but did
Today.
that
Really?
happen?
Today's the
Yeah,
day.
today-
Today's the day.
Oh wow.
July
That
1st.
explains why it smelled so interesting driving down here.
Yes. Yes. So
It's
we-
like, yo, they blazing up out here like that? Oh.
That was my
we late.
unintentional plan.
Late. Like
Worked out
Maryland.
perfectly.
Maryland, not as progressive as advertised. DC got legalized for recreational, basically, and then Virginia legalized recreationally, and Maryland was sitting here looking stupid, still locking people up. So anyway, so we're legal today, everybody. So congratulations, us.
So, wait, today for real? For
Today,
real?
today, for
Today,
real.
today for real.
It's
yeah.
legal recreational.
Today.
So I don't need my medical card.
No, you can
No?
walk right in.
Walk around, you can light up in front of a
Can
pig.
you
Yep.
do?
I
don't know if
wouldn't
you can
I
suggest
don't know
you
about all
do
that,
it.
Jacqueline, but
I wouldn't suggest you do it,
Even
but
I don't know if
I
I'm
don't
light
think you
enough
can
for
do a
that.
puppet.
I don't know.
I don't think you
Yeah.
can be in
What
public.
you say, JB?
Even I don't know if I'm light enough for that.
No, I don't think
know.
you're right.
I actually saw somebody do that in DC, and he was like shocked that the pig was just like not interested, and he was like, "Well, all right," and he just kept on.
Because of my
Yeah.
short stint in security, I would work with officers who were like, unless you're behind the wheel,
It's not a problem.
it's not a problem.
But that's how
And
it should
even
be.
then, they use a gauge as to like 18-year-old behind the wheel smoking a J versus you are at grades.
Interesting.
Well, I'm still retroactively pissed at all the drama that we had to suffer all these
Yeah.
years. All you're gonna do is turn around and be like, it's legal now. I'm
Right.
Like, damn, why was I running
We
around
letting
all
anybody
these
out of
years?
prison that's still
I mean,
in?
how
for-
about
No,
Because it's
We
it's a
expunging
three-card
anybody's
Monte,
record?
and you should know better than that. I'm sorry.
No.
No, I was just saying it's a three-card Monte. They legalized this because they shuffling around other shit. At the same time, at the same time, they
Come on.
dismantle affirmative action like it's not still necessary.
You-
They bury the concept of or the conversation of reparations to this whatever circus that's out there, like, and they keep burying the people that's been on the forefront talking about real reparations for like all my life. Like they don't want to hear nothing that these people have to say. Like all of these brand new people are waving the banner for all of this stuff. So like, hey, we got to do some stuff to get people's attention.
Hey,
At
I
the
know.
same time, it could
Legalize
be a third,
weed.
It could be a third world war going on. Because like what the hell, man? Like it's crazy. It's crazy as hell.
You never lie.
I just told you I went to Atherton. Your babies go to Atherton. We're living in a neighborhood that
I got you. We don't.
the same place that you acquired is now 3 times what it was 30
Right.
30 years ago.
Yeah. That's true. Anyway, that brother speaking a word. P, all you need to do is speak up because everybody's appreciating what you're saying.
Oh,
The only complaint is that they can't hear you fully loud and clear.
Mhm.
Other than that, they appreciate what you're saying, as we always do. P. Paris in the building, goddamn! I'm making this big my day.
So wow. That
This
jump.
wild.
This
This
is
is
wow.
wild, right?
I
This is
know.
wild,
This
right?
is this makes up for me not being able to get to Atlanta. This sort of.
Well, I
this
appreciate that.
does.
That's
It
good.
does.
Wow.
I was just like I was looking at all the pictures and I was looking at all the panels. I was like, oh my God, that is such a great time. All those people, all my people, and where am I? Sitting here connected to this damn machine. So, this makes up for that.
I'm glad that you're here,
Almost.
That said, though, we are glad that you were getting the medical attention you needed, and we're gonna have another conference, and it's gonna be better. So when you're there, it'll be even a step
Got
up.
to. You got to build off that. That was the foundation that was laid at that conference. Oh my God.
Well, I did tell Dr. Prosper that I was going to volunteer for the planning committee next year. So put my money where my mouth was. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's a couple suggestions,
Mhm.
and she was like, "Well, join the committee," and I was like, "Yeah, all right."
Was this people in the waiting thing?
No, that's us. Oh wait,
No, it's people.
Oh,
No,
my
no.
bad. Oh,
It's just
my
folks
bad.
with the hop on.
Oh. Don Hammonds, welcome. What's
Deal.
up?
Hey.
But so first off, big pleasure to be in the midst of this meeting. Come on now, Jackie, sis- the people's prophetess, to be in the same on the same platform as the people prophetess and burn it down. Um, and
Whoa.
honestly, big up to, and I'm really appreciating your most recent talk on affirmative action, especially because me myself, I'm in the process of community college transfer to university, and I'm wondering, I ain't no dummy, but I do find myself wondering, like, is this going do this hit me, you know what I'm saying, because Chapman ain't cheap. But
Mm-hmm.
also big up to the second edition of the myth of black buying power. Most directly, I want to salute the chapter on cryptoganda, because what gets me the most about crypto's impact and kind of the time at which that started. Um, during COVID, we experienced record price hikes. Um, Rent rose, at least in California, at record rates during a global pandemic fueled by an airborne pathogen. And I definitely found, cryptoganda, as Dr. Ball explains it, I definitely found cryptoganda to be, particularly insidious, if that makes sense.
Oh, sorry. Dawn, you said you're in California, babe.
Yes, ma'am.
So didn't California do away with affirmative action on the state level a decade ago?
Yes, they
And
did.
didn't they? Hasn't it been documented that black and brown collegiate enrollment plummeted?
Mm-hmm.
I knew enrollment plummeted, but
Enrollment, right?
affirmative
Yeah.
action. Now you got me googling.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I talked about that Friday night. Yeah, California did, through ballot referendum, vote out affirmative action. They banned affirmative action on across all state colleges and universities in 1996, and they tried to put the a referendum on the ballot to overturn the ban in 2020, and they voted it down. There was no political education around what affirmative action is, why it's needed, what it really is, what it isn't, propaganda. It's just that I think that ballot referendum in California is one of the best examples in modern history, I think, of why political education of the masses is needed when you are putting something on the ballot for a referendum. You can't just put something on the ballot for people to vote for without people understanding what it is they're voting for. So people voted for the stereotype of what they thought affirmative action was, which was to give unqualified black folks a leg up that they didn't deserve. And we all know that's not what affirmative action is. So,
Uhuru, and I unite with the information given. Though I'm looking up here, I got the referendum and I got all of that pulled up right now. I got it because I personally write for the Burning Spear and the Hands Off Uhuru movement,
oh,
and I want make sure to tell the remixers and the whole Black Power Media crew to check out O'Malley Taught Me Sunday, 7 a.m. Pacific time. So yeah, O'Malley Taught Me Uhuru.
all right. Say that again.
That's Chairman O'Malley Yeshitela. He lectures every Sunday morning, 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Central on the East Coast.
Right. Yeah, Eastern. All right. Thank you,
No,
Uhuru.
no. So
Uhuru.
the only time we won't catch that live is this Sunday when we're talking to Daruba. But other than
Right.
that, no disrespect. We can
No.
catch
That's
it. I
important.
just,
That's
just,
important.
I just,
I'm gonna have y'all. I'm gonna have both screens up
I
somehow.
got you. Right on, right on. Thank you
Right
very much.
on.
All right,
Appreciate it.
Vanguard up, y'all.
Likewise.
All right. Two. If you go to
Woo!
brand,
Go to
I think.
brand. Is that where you do it? I know I should know this. My bad, everybody. There we go. There we
Yeah.
go. There we go. Boom. All right, Shirley.
My baby girl.
Hi.
What's up, boo boo?
Hi, Kim. We miss you. Well, I missed the show. I know it's coming back.
Tuesday, sis.
Yes,
Tuesday.
I
Thank you,
know.
Shirley. Thank you,
Hi,
Shirley. You know I love you.
Jackie.
Hi.
Hi, Nessa. And Jared, congratulations.
Thank you. And thank you, Shirley, for coming through.
Oh, you're more welcome. I was out here a long time. I'm like, not only did he not extend an invitation to the remixers, he's making us wait in this Yapper chat for I don't know how long.
We
But that's
real
okay,
black with
Jared. That's okay. But I just have a quick question. So what kind of food and drinks is Jared serving you guys?
Ha!
Extensive.
Lots.
It's
Oh,
the bomb. It's
Mm.
laid. It's laid out.
oh good.
Everything. Everything.
Good.
All the good cookout food.
Good. Well, as Kim know, I don't want anything. I just came to say hi.
Oh, that's one of my Say Hi All Stars. I love you,
And
Shirley.
say that again, because unlike Kamal's joint in Atlanta, we got
Okay.
vegan food.
Okay.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Jackie.
well-
That you didn't miss.
Okay, well.
That you didn't miss, Jackie.
Well, I just want to say Friday's show was excellent again. I loved Friday's shows. It starts off my weekend really well.
It was a good show.
I do love that show.
Thank you.
And I think Geechee deserves a Nobel Peace Prize for even being on the panel with you guys.
Shirley, say that. Say that.
So I'm going to nominate him. And
Fair enough.
everybody, just have a nice evening. Enjoy yourself. Bye-bye.
Right on. Thank you, Shirley. Appreciate you. That is
Yo,
fun.
why is Earn Your Liberation so entertaining? Like, why? I mean, 3 hours, Jared. I watched a 3-hour show. I watched a 3-hour show of 3 dudes talking. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, we gotta be real. We gotta be real. Diallo is a motherfucking superstar. Whether you agree with him or not.
Oh, I was about to say, that's the word you got? Okay.
But the reality is, whether you agree with him or not, Diallo, I think, as they say, is the straw that stirs the drink.
He's provocative.
He's provocative. He's no dummy.
No, he's no dummy.
No, he is
He's
not.
no dummy, and he can argue his point. Whether it's right,
Whether it's
is a
right or
different
wrong,
question.
it's two left shoes.
But he can argue his point. I don't know. I agree with you all. I think even objectively, it's a good balance. I mean, it is.
It is the three.
I thoroughly love doing the show. I'll say that. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I gotta say, shout out to Dr. Haight and to Dr. Burroughs, who are my original co-hosts and for my favorite version of the show I've ever done. But Geechee and Diallo, this version is very dope. So I thank you for watching too. I know 3 hours is a lot, but it's.
It was compelling. I mean, it was compelling YouTubery. You know what I mean? I don't even know what to call it. Television content, whatever. But no, it's good. It's good.
And
I
now
wanted
that I've
to
heard from
virtually dap up Diallo a couple
Yeah,
times. Like, how can I
absolutely.
reach to the screen and dap him up like that?
So, and now that 19 Keys has somewhat engaged on Instagram, I want to see if we can get a Diallo 19 Keys exchange.
Oh,
on BBM.
I would watch that. I'd watch it. I would.
Now, should Diallo be involved in the next Cornell West interview?
Well,
Neff is like, go ahead. Yes, indeed.
I mean,
Stir it up.
because
I politically faint of heart.
I mean, I heard his Cornell critique, and I'm trying to think. But see, Cornell is so he takes it. He's like,
Yes.
come on, you know what I mean? He's like, yeah, man, not like that, but you know, he can handle it. Like,
I don't know. I know, but that's one thing. Diallo doesn't come across as a person that will allow you to just tell. You can't just
Right.
be
You
okay.
got a strong
I
no.
you gotta submit.
That's Diallo. That's
Yes.
what I'm saying.
You gotta submit.
That's why I withheld my opinion.
It's a strong
I,
yes.
I've got.
He don't let you just agree with
I
him.
I withhold my
But
opinion because my opinion is not unbiased. So.
Well, that's okay. We support unbiased opinions here, Jacqueline.
I was gonna say it too.
Y'all just want to see it. See that again.
All right, real quick, Yuri, what's up, Yuri? Thanks for joining us. What's up?
Hey, Yuri.
What's up, Yuri? What's up?
Hello there, Black Power Media. Hello, hey, Netfa, how's it going? How's everyone doing?
Oops.
Oh,
What
Yuri,
you
you still
did?
there?
What
What
you
happened?
did?
You
What
good? You
did?
good? You
Okay.
good? What's
Can
up,
you-
Yuri?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, no, I'm doing good. Just had a special Canada Day celebration on 1+1, which is going to be uploaded in a bit. But had to come for the book launch of the second edition of The Myth of Propaganda of Black Buying Power. Not got my copy yet. I still have the first edition.
Nah, thank you, Yuri. I appreciate you and all your support too.
Although, I have to say, it's very hard to hear all of you guys, though, for some reason.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah,
because
the mic is
Oh.
it's the mic that's for you. To
I know the mic isn't. I mean,
it's not set for
It's set.
this range of
Right.
yeah.
Actually,
You know
actually,
what?
wait a minute.
Hold on. Let me do something.
Do you have
real
a setting?
quick.
Can you make it
I do.
omnidirectional
Hold on,
instead
I
of
do.
just unidirectional?
I can at least make it.
Actually, funny enough, if I put my own,
How about that?
if I
Does
put
that
my
make
own
any
volume
difference? Does that make any difference?
Mike, chat
yeah,
1,
and
2.
then
Is that any
and
better?
then yeah. Although unfortunately I can hear an echo in my own voice. I'm wondering if there's anything I can do to fix that.
That's on you.
And now you're muted.
That's you.
Oh.
I remember y'all used to do that on people.
That's you.
Okay, bear with me then. I'll try to get through even if there's a bit of an echo. All right, Dr. Jared. Okay, Jared, I have to ask this question. Does your book, in the second edition, talk about Ice Cube's America's Black Contract? And is that proposal that Ice Cube makes, is that just another example of recycled black capitalism? And what else is in this second edition, which even if we already have this first edition, we should buy the second edition?
Right on. Thank you very much. So the short answer is no, nothing about Ice Cube and his contract for Black Americans in the book. Although I do think in general the book is a response indirectly to his argument. But, and what's new is the chapter on cryptoganda, a reorganization of the original argument. So I think it reads a little more clearly, it flows a little better. A focus on the McKinsey company as a new purveyor of the myth. And the forward from Derek Hamilton is new. And I feel like I'm forgetting something off the top of my head, but there's a couple other little enhancements here or there that just make, I think, the original argument stronger. So it's so I know I'm supposed to push the sale of the second book no matter what, but I do think legit that there is some enhancements and some advances in the argument that make it worth it. And I feel like I'm forgetting something in terms of what's new, but that's essentially.
But the whole Bitcoin thing, which is being propped up, has anyone on the left who's been propping up Bitcoin and stuff like that, have any of them tried to get in touch with you to have a debate on that? Because
No. No.
And they won't.
They're trying to sell it, not
They
to
won't
sway
because they're
people.
still trying to sell people on that foolishness. They won't.
I reach out to them, or I used to invite discussion, but they're not. No one has. So I will continue to say that there has been on that level no invitation, and there has been no that I'm aware of, and I'm happy to be corrected on this. There's been no critique of the work at all from anyone who can demonstrate that they read it. The only critiques I ever hear are vague. He don't have a solution. He don't want to support black business. He doesn't. But there's nobody who said this is what Jared's argument is. This is where he's wrong, and how I'm proving that he's wrong. I'm still waiting. So, but no, yeah, that's. Did I miss?
But that's funny because for me, cryptocurrency. I mean, I don't know. For me, cryptocurrency is the fact that so many people keep propping that up as the solution to all of our problems. Is cryptocurrency just another way to discourage us from actually building actual left movements?
Yes.
That fight for in which we try to take power and fight for redistribution of the wealth and try to eradicate this junk economics, which is capitalism. And cryptocurrency itself sounds like a scam. It sounds like junk economics, which is why I've always tried to avoid getting into it. And yet I'm stunned that left-leaning folks would be propping this up.
Cryptocurrency is a pyramid scheme.
Scam. Like
It is a pyramid scheme. It is no different from any other investment club investment
Snake oil.
scheme. It is, and it feeds so perfectly into the individualism of Americanism, this, you can make it yourself if you just invest correctly. But never mind all the broke folks around you and the infrastructure you don't have and everything else you can't afford and how the entire system screws you. But if you invest in this little cryptocurrency, you can make it. And of course, unless you take your money out right before it crashes, you're gonna be screwed too.
But Jackie, if I make it, don't you make it?
Well, no, if I take my money out first, if I take all y'all's money, then I'm gonna make it, and I'm gonna make off with all y'all's money.
Ms. Lukman, don't you think cryptocurrency sounds much better than Russia and China, which are both rival capitalists, both rival colonialists of Africa? Don't you think cryptocurrency is a much better solution than de-dollarization, all of us trading in rubles and and the yen and whatever is the currency, not dominated by the dollar or the euro or whatever Canada has, or the pound for that matter, if we're talking about Britain.
I mean, to be fair, I bought my house in rubles. You know what I'm saying? I bought my house when I was working for the Russians, so technically I did buy my house in rubles.
And them Russians, they paying good. I'm trying to tell you, they paying.
Rubles.
The rubles spending just fine.
Right. Them rubles is nice rubles.
But it is junk economics, though. Yeah.
Thank you, Yuri. I appreciate you coming through.
Keep up. I just want to say, Dr. Jared Ball, I also just want to say thank you for all the times that you come on the program. You're always a very popular guest, and if not for you, even though I already was left-leaning, but if not for you, I would not become a more anti-capitalist than I already was. Your book is arguably one of the most important anti-capitalist books. Everyone needs to get it. Shout out to Netfa. Shout out to Ms. Bookman. Shout out to Ms. Brown. Both of y'all come on the program in the future, and all my best, and keep doing the great work you all do.
Peace.
Thank you, Yuri. Appreciate the kind words. Take care.
Jared out here freeing minds, freeing minds, one at a time. Go through, Jared, doing God's work as an atheist.
Doing brown socialist, Jesus, Palestinian Jesus work.
Yes.
Right.
Brother, they
Yes.
know you a teacher? Emancipate the multitudes from mental slavery.
Yes.
That's funny. Y'all funny.
Emancipate the multitudes from mental slavery.
Oh no, it's here. It's here.
What?
It all up.
It's here. The smile's here. Don't get it twisted.
It's just not enough cameras. We gotta
Hey, I'm not gonna front. In all seriousness, I appreciate all of the support because we don't always get it wherever we are. And I admit that when I told a friend of mine I was at work. I go to work. I'm like a ghost.
Aww.
So it is nice to find pockets of appreciation.
Shame on those cultureless people.
I mean, it's wild to walk around Morgan State these days. What I tell you.
Wild to walk around anywhere.
Well, there you go. Thank you very much. Anybody else want to jump on screen and say what's up to whoever's here, or anybody got any comments or questions or anything in particular you wanted to hear from me or us? I actually had a plan, if we don't mind taking a quick break. I actually had a plan. There was something a couple things I wanted to play for take a little musical break. And in lieu of
One way or the other. It's much better that it comes out that way. That's
Correct.
fine.
In the closed space. Yes, indeed.
Some warning or something.
Oh man, we love it.
Man, the food is the bomb.
See, that's how you know.
That's the problem. That's what it was. So let's take a quick break, and we'll come right back here in a couple minutes here. I did want to share a couple things I found on Instagram that I think are really dope. And since Mama's Biscuits is in the building, let's go ahead and check it out.
If I gave you my love, I tell you what I do. I'd expect a whole lot of love out of you. Oh, yeah. get right down to it. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. If I gave you my love,
Think it's beta carotene, game need me rap protein. Let's keep this shit a bean, let me paint the scene. Critically acclaimed in my head, nigga. Actuality is thought led, nigga. Carb overload. Who the breadwinner, Saba make the bag run, come get her. This could get ugly, y'all. Making a Maybelline melt on these bras, the Fahrenheit up. Good God, perspiration pours from these pawns. Came, conquered all that I saw. Saba word law, they disbarred. They ain't dropping shit, but they draws. I ain't dropping shit, but they jaws. And I suppose the industry pose black women as hoes. So I eloped, married the game, and then I killed it widowed. I'm the finest of cutlery, the sharpest I butcher beef, then garnish with parsley leaf and a smile that's a meet and greet. Got niggas shook, no pocket sands, right niggas off with a steady hand. Ableist because Saba can, no man, no weapon. Got big faith, Fred Handman, no detours in God's plan. No foes, hoes, only fans, only stepping to God is the praise dance. Praise dance, praise dance. Goddess. Spitting gems by the carrots, think it's beta carotene. Game need me rap protein. Let's keep this shit a bean, let me paint the scene. Critically acclaimed in my head, nigga. Actuality is thought led, nigga. Carb overload. Who the breadwinner, Saba make the bag run, come get her. This could get ugly, y'all. Making a Maybelline melt on these bras, the Fahrenheit up. Good God, perspiration pours from these pawns. Came, conquered all that I saw. Saba word law, they disbarred. They ain't dropping shit, but they draws. I ain't dropping shit, but they jaws. And I suppose the industry pose black women as hoes. So
There we go.
We have returned.
Real quick, I will get a proper shout out to who those sisters are at another time. I don't have it in front of me. They're just dope. I just thought they're dope. So,
Had my head bobbing.
there we go. So we're back. If anybody wants to join, I will put the link in the chat. I got him. I'm gonna get to him. We do have one luminary superstar waiting for us, ZZ Lion, who held it down in Atlanta. My man, you come to DC, Maryland, Virginia, you are good. Just FYI, just holler at your boy, you are good. He looked out.
I do have people in Virginia, so I can go up there and visit.
Let me know.
Anytime.
So what's up?
I just want to say congratulations on the book.
No, thank you.
I'm hearing the echo. Is it that me?
No, baby,
No,
you
no.
good.
Okay.
You good, ZZ Lion Dad. Nice to see your face.
Well, you
Okay.
just gotta show them.
I'm here.
It is.
It's nice.
I'm here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
At least Atlanta Metro, I should say.
Word. ZZ Lion Dad, we appreciate all the support that you continue to give the channel.
Every day, consistently. Thank you.
You support
No
the
problem.
We appreciate you, man. Seriously. And you looked out in real life for the bruvs. So also double good.
I'm just trying to learn to become an activist. So I'm just in the process of just kind of like letting Coco and Tunde lead the way. Come out. So that's what I was just trying to do. Just learn from the ground up.
Oh, he left already?
He left us.
He had to go get the
Yeah. Well, I just want to point out one thing about, I don't know if Dr. Ball's around about his book, but the more you talk about crypto, all it reminds me of is the 90s with Amway
Yep.
and their pyramid scheme.
Amway.
Oh,
Amway. Yep. That's right.
So
That's exactly what it reminds me of, folks. And my cousins, well, my uncles, who were older than me, I remember them selling Amway.
Jerry, I'm looking for
You know,
job.
and the messed up thing about things like those multi-level marketing kind of companies like Amway and Mary Kay, the messed up thing is their products are actually decent. Like the products are actually, Amway detergent would clean anything. It was amazing. But it was just the way the company was structured, the way people made their money. It was just a pyramid scheme. And cryptocurrency is exactly the same thing.
Liquor though, Jared. You know what I'm saying?
well, the difference between them, at least you got some physical products.
That is the difference. At least with Amway and Mary Kay, you got a product. With cryptocurrency, what do you get? You don't nothing.
No, that would be my only. If I heard everything correctly, I mean that's the difference. I mean, at least Amway, you get something tangible that you, whether you like it or not, whether it's good or not.
Okay. Yes, sir.
But specifically to my point though, Amway, I'm not aware, if anybody wants to correct me, please do, but I'm not aware of Amway ever becoming something that was sold to black people as a solution to slavery. Was it really?
It was in the 90s.
Oh, my bad, I missed that. I'm late. My bad, I missed that.
Yeah, it was very much presented as, you know, the financial liberation that, you know, we don't have. And this is how we could achieve financial liberation. Yeah, I remember to some of those meetings where those folks said that kind of stuff, like, you know, this is how you can liberate your family and elevate your family in these difficult economic times. And it was like,
As a good Christian man my uncle was, he took me there to these seminars, and then that's where you get like these special speakers.
Yep, they always have. And it's funny because those conferences, those like Amway, Mary Kay, Avon, those conferences are lit. They are like, if you ever go to one of those conferences, they don't spare any expense to really make you feel like you are a part of, you know, this big thing that, you know, you are going to be the next big thing. And then, you know, when you get down there and actually start doing the grunt work, you find out, oh, the way you make money is by how many people you bring into your network. It's not really, it's harder to make money by selling the product than it is to make money by bringing more people into your network. That's how people make money. And that's what makes it a pyramid scheme. You know, so it's wild.
That's where I was introduced to motivational speakers.
Wow.
I mean, all it is the gospel, you know, of kind of motivation.
Empty it, but put my shit in there. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah.
My shit's nice though.
Oh, well,
Sure.
I mean,
Because it's already ground.
I don't know what the children are over here doing,
Let
y'all.
me get you.
Okay.
Save yours.
Yeah, okay.
Save yours.
Again,
And in fact, because
the
you
ball's
can't-
outstanding host. Like the host.
I promise when I retire, I'll partake in all that. My job won't let me.
It's a little you showed up gift. Enjoy yourself.
Jared, that's not necessary.
It's not necessary. It's not saying it's necessary. I ain't saying it was necessary.
I don't
Just
know
enjoy
what the
yourself.
children are over here doing, y'all.
We got we so good right now. What's up, everybody? Thank you again.
Did y'all see what Jared just done?
But I just want to say congratulations. I'll catch you guys around. I'll be around.
I've been a little distracted. Let me just shout you out real quick. One, not only because of the love you showed in Atlanta, but the constant, not only financial, but otherwise support you show for the channel. And more importantly, I think, from what I saw, was not just the financial support, is that you were on hand to support physically, socially, the conference. Opening doors, helping people get here and there. I mean, this dude was so big shout out.
Oh,
and then he also, I didn't know this, but ZZ's the one that told me that the major airline, he's the one that told me the major airlines got $5 billion each. I didn't realize that.
Wow.
So
Yeah, they
I'm
did.
sitting there on a delay at the airport, like, you don't have a, they were like, we couldn't, we don't have, we're waiting on a pilot. I was like, you have another pilot? Hire 10 pilots. You just got, ZZ just told me they got $5 billion. Hire 10 pilots and get me home. Anyway.
There's a big pilot mechanic shortage and air traffic shortage.
yeah, I heard.
So like flights into New York, DC, the small planes are not flying there no more. So, but I just think they should nationalize the airline.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Nationalize all the things. Nationalize everything.
Railroad, airlines, Amtrak. Is Amtrak that? No,
No.
Amtrak. No.
It's government.
Well, our old CEO is in charge of Amtrak now. He left Delta to go to Amtrak.
You know, Delta's the only time I've been put off an airplane ZZ line, Dad. So unfortunately, I don't fuck with Delta. I'm a Southwest gal. I'm classy out here. We do Southwest style. We do it Southwest.
It's understand, nothing personal.
No, none whatsoever. No, you good brother out here. Delta, I don't know. They put me off the airplane anyway.
Why
did they put? There's a story there.
Oh, I've told the story. Y'all listen. Everybody in this chat has heard this story that the white stewardess lady she got mad because I unbuckled my seatbelt after we had already landed at BWI, and she told me that nobody could get off the airplane until I put my seatbelt back on.
Wow.
But in the meantime, she told the pilot, and then they called TSA on me. The TSA officer showed up to the plane, took me off the airplane. We had a conversation. I'm keeping this the abbreviated version. We had a conversation, and then I was informed that they would be detaining me for 2 hours. They didn't tell me ahead of time how long I was going to be detained, but they put me in handcuffs and they took me away, and I was detained at BWI for 2 hours while the FBI decided whether or not they wanted to press charges against me over some stupid shit. Delta, ZZ line, Dad. That was Delta. That no bullshit ain't never happened to me on Southwest. I'm telling you, Southwest is where it's at. My bad, dog. It's not personal.
No, I have no argument with that. It's the government. So I have no.
I know, baby. I know.
You know.
I'm over here smoking Jared's weed. I don't know what's happening. The worlds are colliding. Jackie's to my right. Jared's on my left. I'm at Jared's house. Everything's crazy. And y'all are here.
Right now, like this big talk where Delta mechanics are trying to unionize the best they can.
Good luck.
Yeah. Who would they be unionizing under? Like who's
Teamsters.
The Teamsters.
There ain't no other way to go.
I'll sweep
Got it. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I knock it out?
No, I'm talking to him.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Let me shut up. I'm gonna fall back. Okay, I'm up.
Everybody's good. We all good. Burn it down, Kim.
Oh man.
So in general, I honestly, I don't know. I don't know if Kim feels anything about this, but in general, I'm not entirely sure what the claimed differences between Sativa and Indica mean much. But I do tend, in general, you said they do?
I think
okay.
so, yeah.
Okay, in general, I do tend to go for Sativas because they help with the temper.
Oh.
That's my.
Oh,
Wow. That's
Is that not right?
I didn't see that coming.
No?
no.
Why?
Huh?
What?
For your temper?
For my temper, because it's like light, energetic. You're energetic, creative,
yeah.
but happy.
Yes.
And I don't want to be,
But
going.
isn't that your default? Isn't that-
No, not happy.
Okay.
The default is not happy,
I
and
thought-
energetic's not necessarily the default either. So
I
so-
thought you were saying.
Well, that conversation's above my head. I'm gonna let you guys go. Congratulations. Hey, nice to see you, Kim. Nice to see you.
You too. Just Jackie. Just Jackie.
Oh, I call her Jack Queen. That's her actual name.
Thank you so much.
That's why I call
Thank you
her.
so much, CZ Dadline. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
my man. Appreciate you.
All right, peace.
Peace.
So one of my favorite strains is sativa. It's called green crack.
Yes.
I love green crack.
Yes.
Oh, I love green crack. And I can understand how you could appreciate it. But there's so many hybrids out there. I
true.
like tell me what it is. Is it a sativa? Is it an indica? I don't really want to do all this hibernation. It's confusing. I don't know.
It's a little confusing. But anyway, that's my default. I tend to go for a sativa.
Beautiful.
So that's what this is, by the way. If that helps.
Ah, okay, and that makes sense. How I'm feeling.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
on.
very nice. Yeah. Good stuff.
But just real quick, if there's anybody, I did want to just leave some room out there, just real quick. If anybody has read any of the first or second edition and has any criticism, I would be interested in hearing that. Otherwise, we can just resume the normal festivities. I did want to make a little bit of room for that. I'm very interested in what some of the critiques would be, especially obviously coming from the left. Because, by the way, just real quick again, the myth and propaganda of black buying power is not meant to be some revolutionary text. I don't see it as it's. I really was doing the best I could to write something that would be as close to mainstream as possible. But anyway.
Have you already narrated the audiobook?
No. So officially, Paul Grave is not. There's no budget for that. And technically, you know what? I'm not entirely sure. I believe technically it would be like I couldn't just read it and put it out, and I think they're copyright protected from that. If I look carefully at the contract, they don't allow for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do mean to ask them if they would allow me to just read it and put it out, even if they sell it and take the money for it, because I know that there's a lot of people that do it, that ask for that. So I would like for it to be an option, and I would prefer if someone else read it.
Why?
Because there are other people's voices I think are nice.
I guess,
Yeah.
but what's wrong with yours?
I hear mine enough. I don't know. It was just just a thought, like it'd be nice to hear somebody else's voice on it, like a voice actor or somebody
like
who
James
knows.
Earl Jones?
Yeah, James Earl Jones.
You want to get James Earl Jones to read it?
I am your buying power.
No, Gerald, I think you have a very pleasant,
I think you should do it.
tenor. And nothing wrong with your voice. I think
No, I
people
appreciate
then would
that.
like
I
to hear your voice talking it. And plus, you give the proper inflection and, the excitement and what fires you up.
That's a fair point. But I do mean to ask them if they would let me do it. That's right.
Hey, Roberto.
What's that?
Hey,
Come on in.
Roberto.
I'm gonna leave.
Oh man.
Hey, Roberto.
Netfa's leaving everybody. Boo! Boo!
Because the kids down
You
there,
missed
they
a,
wanna come up with-
You missed a comment.
Netfa.
You missed a comment. Someone in the chat said you look snackalicious.
It depends on the
All right, y'all.
someone.
All the Black Power Media folks.
Peace, Netfa.
Good, great to meet you. That's all right. Oh, be careful. That's my purse.
All right.
Jackie, we've been.
We'll see, comrade.
See you next time.
Oh no. Oh, I see you for the flyers. We out, Marky?
Everything fell on the floor. I'm sorry.
Roberto.
Oh, no, you're fine. Netfa, that was I. That was I.
That boy.
No.
Netfa broke my house.
No, we didn't. My purse fell down. You're fine. Right. And there's all kinds of shit happening. Right, thanks. All my accoutrements.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on, buddy.
Squeegee, right?
This is Roberto.
That's Roberto. Okay.
Let me let
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sister Kim get herself
I'm sorry,
together.
thank
Hold
you.
on, buddy.
Walk
Hold on, buddy.
We
We good. Where's your Roberto? Where's your Roberto? Where's your Nephew, I appreciate you coming, man. Anytime, man. Appreciate you.
Oh, that little try safe neck.
All right. You good? Okay. Anyway, now he's gonna want to leave in a minute. He's like, I gotta patrol the house.
Yep,
You
he's
mind
at the
letting him
door.
out real quick?
How many
He is
folks you
at the
got?
door. He's like,
coming
let me
back.
out.
As a more experienced one hitter.
So-
Wow, that's an interesting bark, Roberto.
Yeah.
What does that
Peace,
mean?
net for peace. You too, Jackie. I ain't seen nothing about this little rendezvous on no listserv. Oh.
Because
So-
it was a private invitation.
So we do. So just to be clear, like I'm very happy at who is here, but we do have to be clear. Like this was put together by my wife and my daughters, who were looking to surprise me as part of a Father's Day extended thing, and it was so. They set the initial guest list based on what they were seeing on BPM.
Wow. And I made the cut?
Oh
Really?
man, you are
What?
a fan favorite.
Whoa.
So in terms of who's in the area and who they see, and to be fair, not everybody who was invited was able to make it. So shout out and love to all of them. But I'm very happy who was able to be here. And we'll have to do more. I'm very happy to have I'm very happy if we would have like a BAP gathering here. Folks want to come out to the tree-lined streets. Tree-lined
And
streets.
they really are tree-lined streets. Lots and lots of trees, like all over the place. In the streets, backyard, just all trees.
So, we're very happy to have folks come out and do something. There's a lot of folks in this area that I would love to see over here, all of the PACA, BAP, BPM crew, AAPRP crew, there's MXGM residual crews, there's all kinds of good folks in this area, so got a couple Mama's Biscuits out this joint. And I mean more, so it's whatever. But a block party with BPM. Who said that? I like that. I like that.
I like it.
I like
I
it.
like it.
And now I am also now a board member of Hickory Ridge Village Board. So
That's
I got all
right.
kinds of power
That's
around this.
right. That's we need.
Kim grunted on that joint.
We got a snort on
She snorted on that joint.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, we can definitely. But I'm serious. I would love to So part of the backdrop, like some of you don't know, we used to host stuff out here all the time for whoever would be willing to come out. And between COVID and our move and life, we stopped doing it. And so this was like one of the ways we wanted to start, because I can't get everywhere that I'd like to be all the time. And so it's great if people are willing to come out. It's lovely to host them. So, and I really do appreciate y'all coming out. I really do. This is dope.
Thank you. Really appreciate your invitation.
Nobody can hear you, but I know you talking to me. But
I
that's all right.
appreciate
I'm just
the
saying.
invitation and the
Yeah.
mere fact that, as Sister Kim said, the 6 degrees of separation.
That's
by
crazy.
extension, 2 degrees of separation.
But Parrish, you do know you either know or are related to everybody in half of the state of Maryland. So
We have a lot.
but that is dope.
No, it is really.
That is very
it's really,
dope.
Really dope.
And we go way back. I mean, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Like,
Well,
yeah.
Kim and my
And
little
you all
brother,
go even farther back.
like,
Yeah.
I don't even kindergarten.
Wow.
No, I've known
Toddler.
your brother since I
Head Start.
1 year old.
Damn.
We moved to that neighborhood next to your brother's grandparents when I was 1, and he was 1. And we've known each other since we was 1. We are big,
That's
big
ridiculous.
45.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah.
So when I saw her, I was like, oh wow, family. That's awesome. That's awesome.
We should do a block party.
We keep lying to the people and saying we're gonna have a live event. Now, I mean, I thought the conference was probably the closest. The closest thing you're gonna get to a BPM live event is gonna be that. But no, we should have a proper one. But where? Because I think that we have hubs. Yeah, like we have a New York hub, and we have an Atlanta hub, and we have a DC DMV hub. So where would we have the live event, Chad?
I want to do a tour. I think we should do a party tour.
Said fucking one-off.
Yeah.
Go to a tour. We hitting the road.
We will pop up over here, pop up over there. I would love to do that. And I don't think we're that, in terms of BPM numbers and resources, I don't think we're that far away from being able to do something like that. We're on like some realistic accommodations.
I'm wondering, like, what do you think we would have to have? Like 100 people would have to show up for 6 shows. You know what I mean? Like, what would be that breaking point, that break-even point?
That's a good question. I don't know what the numbers would be, but I know that we all know in from DC to New York to Atlanta to Miami to LA to Chicago, just off the top of my head, in Oakland. I think we have.
You can't get in my lap, baby.
Take it easy, buddy.
You can't get in my lap.
It's okay, buddy.
He was trying.
He's a good boy.
He lifted his back legs off the ground.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa.
He's doing it.
He's trying to do a pull-up on my thigh. I'm like, hold on, Roberto. Hold on.
But I think we have enough that we would be able to. We know enough people who are activists, organizers, musicians, etc. I think, to put 100 people in a room in each of those cities, minimum. I don't think we're that far away. Am I crazy for that? Am I tripping?
I don't think it's far off.
I don't think we're that far off. Like, so in DC, I'm just thinking myself. If and I just was texting him earlier. If we got DJ RBI to DJ, and we paid whatever it is at Bus Boys or some other location, I can't imagine we can't get 100 people in the room just in this area. So I know, especially if we put Kamau against Kalanji.
Oh shit!
What are you doing?
No, we would say not against. We would say Kalanji, Kamau. Which one of you could get the most people in the room in Atlanta?
Oh, well.
With Ear Doctor DJ. I think we'd have thousands.
I was gonna say, like, there'd be like
just out of spite, there'd be 1,000 people in that joint. So that's how we got to do it. And in Chicago, if we told people, first of all, I'm like, let's rent a truck with a megaphone for a week and just drive around. Diallo Kenyatta is gonna be live talking ish about the Nation of Islam no, I'm just playing. But I mean, I think I really do actually think we could do that. I think we could get at least 100 people in the room in each of those cities.
And Infinite Content said, why not do an East Coast HBCU tour with Oakland and well, that is West Coast.
So
we just go
ahead.
The whole country.
Speaking of nation,
Thank you.
Speaking of Nation of Islam, how is our brother doing? Our big brother.
My brother?
Yes.
He's great. Jamil, shout out to Jamil. Big brother Jamil. He's in fact, he would have been here today. He's officiating a wedding in Chicago. So there's a good Muslim couple that just got married today. Peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Don't do it in DC. I don't want that commute. Damn, Obi.
Damn. Nawadi, come on. What's up?
Come on.
You coming from Baltimore, so maybe we have to do it at the Bus Boys in Columbia, in the Midway.
Out here?
So we can get Baltimore and DC, and everybody wouldn't feel like they had to run, trek the whole way. You maybe come all the way down here from Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? We don't want y'all to say that. So
I did look into. I thought about hosting this at the Bus Boys here.
what they want, 1,500?
They want, not quite, but they want. I couldn't afford. Well, actually, I could not. They want more than that for a weekend, so I couldn't have afforded a today. So it would have had to been like a Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m.
Yeah.
But if I thought we were going to do a BPM event, I think we could afford that and recoup, or maybe find a better spot. I'm happy to find, like, if we're in this area, I'd be happy to find a black-owned spot and do a smaller venue, even if it was necessary. I don't know if that's reach out to Soul Vibers Nation in Baltimore. Maybe they would host something. That'd be dope.
So maybe we can kick this out to the remixers. You know, if you guys want to see us in person in your city, I mean, you got to shoot us some ideas. We don't know the venues where you at, you know what I mean? So let us know where you guys think would be a good spot. If you want us to come, that is. If you don't want us to come, tell us to stay the hell home. But if you want us to come, I mean, shoot us some ideas, y'all. Like, you know, make a pitch, so to speak.
So Yuri is here. Yuri, what's up? You said you had some criticisms. Go ahead. This is the best part.
Actually, stupid echo. Actually, not criticisms from me, but these were in the chat. Somebody wrote, "Hey, Dr. Ball, I don't really got a criticism. I was just wondering how many paywalls you had to go through to write the book." And another person had a criticism saying you should have a ready-made response as to how undermining Black participation in the system actually empowers us. I think it does, but do you, and why and how? These are from two people in the chats.
So I appreciate that.
Oh man, so actually, I think those are both very good, Yuri.
Appreciate you, man.
Jared stepped out and he just stepped back in. Would you mind repeating them, Yuri?
Sorry, Yuri. That was DJ RBI. It was
No problem, no problem.
right now. So I had to take the call. You cannot take the call from DJ RBI. So I'm sorry. Appreciate it. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Actually, wait. Oh no, still stupid echoing going on my end. Okay, I'm going to repeat the question. So these were two criticisms that came from people in the chat.
Okay.
Okay, so one said this. "Hey, Dr. Ball, I don't really got a criticism. I was just wondering how many paywalls you had to go through to write the book." And somebody else asked,
How many what?
How many paywalls you had to go through to write the book?
Like you didn't have to like sign up for subscriptions to media, whatever outlet.
Did I have to sign up for something to write the book?
Paywalls, like when you were doing your research. I understand the part. You understand the research.
I'm a little. The only.
I also don't really get the criticisms beyond this.
Kim says you said you get it.
I do get it.
So break it down for me real
So
quick.
you know how when we are looking at articles, right? They'll throw up a paywall on us, right? So if you're doing research for your book or research generally.
Oh, I see.
How many paywalls did you encounter?
Oh, thank you. Sorry. Thank you, Kim. So no, the only paywall I encountered was on the first book, which is the Selig Center cost for the reports, which they've increased since I wrote the first edition. And I would love to think it was me that's why, because it went from 125 to 250.
Wow.
For this year's or the most recent version of their report. Other than that, so let's be real. All that I say critical of my job in the academic industry, the reality is the best part is I have no paywalls to research. So for all the major journals, or at least most of the major journals and academic outlets, I have access to for free through my university. So as long as I don't make those articles freely available to others, which is what got Aaron Schwartz in federal trouble and led to his suicide, I'm good. Yeah, Aaron Schwartz, I keep bringing this dude up. It's like,
It's a pretty messed up story what they did to him.
yeah, and I don't have there's not many left for me, white people who I consider heroic, but on some level, I actually do think Aaron Schwartz was heroic in that regard, in terms of letting people know that his whole critique was, there's an industry locking away all of the great research that's being done. So faculty like me who produce research, we are a product of a society of public investment in our education. And then we produce work that a handful of corporations can lock behind a paywall and say, if you're not attached to an elite university, you can't access it. And then if you do give it away and make it available to download, like if I take the articles that I use and put them a link on BPM or I mix what I like, I'll start getting, well, I could get in a lot of trouble. What he did was go even a step farther and actively look to make available stuff to heighten this contradiction, and they punished him. The federal government tried to destroy his life, and ultimately they led him to take it. So I think they should be charged with murder, actually. But anyway, that's a whole other thing.
Another person, in terms of criticism, said the following. He said that he or she or they said that you should have a ready-made response as to how undermining black participation in the system actually empowers us. I think it does, but do you, and why/how?
So, to the extent I understand the question, I think I do make that argument. I'm saying, well, what I'm saying is ultimately the only, well, really, in terms of the myth and propaganda of black buying power, the book is really only saying this: if you don't have political power, you can't do anything. So what that anything is and how you get that political power, I'm not arguing and I'm not defining. I'm saying political power is not just voting for a Democrat, it's actually being in charge of what is controlling or determining wealth, defining wealth, and how wealth is redistributed. But I'm making intentionally a vague argument because I just want people to focus on the myth. But I am trying to say that our only hope is political organization and movement and a destruction of the systems that make this inequality possible. So if I understood you correctly or the criticism correctly, I mean, that is my ready-made response. I'm not.
These are my criticisms.
No, I'm not. I mean, whoever you're reading for, thank you.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is on some level, and I do have a revised version of this argument in the second edition, simply making the point that it's not on me to have a solution. It's on me to destroy this one myth so that we can pave an intellectual path for people to determine what the solution will be. Because as it is now, too many people are building what they call solutions on false understandings of what's going on. So
can you respond to these two paragraphs where I think you quote Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.?
He was right. That's my response.
Yeah, look, because this is me reading from the first edition, and this isn't. Let me see. I just want to make sure I have the right chapter because we got into controversy last time. Oh,
go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, so I believe this is it. Yes, this is in chapter 3. So I just wanted you to sort of expand on this as a way that we can advance smashing black capitalism and moving beyond the black buying power propaganda. So apparently Dr. King said this. He said, just as the Negro cannot achieve political power in isolation, neither can he gain economic power through separatism. While there must be a continued emphasis on the need for blacks to pool their economic resources and withdraw consumer support from discriminating firms, we must not be oblivious to the fact that the larger economic powers confronting the Negro community will only be solved by federal programs involving billions of dollars. One unfortunate thing about black power is that it gives priority to race precisely at a time when the impacts of automation and other forces have made the economic question fundamental for blacks and whites alike. In this context, a slogan, "Power for Poor People," would be more appropriate than the slogan, "Black Power."
So just quickly, like very quickly, Dr. King's issue was that he was trying to respond to the Black Power movement and the calls for Black Power. And he was trying to simply say that for anyone who's critical of people calling for Black Power, you have to be critical first of the society that creates the conditions where people would want to make that call. So that's the short of it. And his whole point was there is no economic solution without political power, without a political decision to redistribute and make everybody whole. There is no other solution. So that's what I was trying to point to, and I'm constantly trying to remind people when it comes to Dr. King. He was very clear and he was right. He may not have been as radical as many of us want him to be, but he was certainly not as liberal and soft as those in power want to project him as having been. So,
yeah, because you quote him later on in the next page. It says, King would go on. Am I muted? Or
no, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. It says King would go on. In short, the Negro's problem cannot be solved unless the whole of American society takes a new turn toward greater economic justice. In a multiracial society, no group can make it alone. It is a myth to believe that the Irish and Italians and the Jews ethnic groups that Black Power advocates cite as justification for their views rose to power through separatism. It is true that they stuck together, but their group unity was always enlarged by joining in alliances with other groups such as political machines and trade unions. To succeed in a pluralistic society, and often hostile one at that, the Negro obviously needs organized strength, but that strength will only be effective when it is consolidated through constructive alliances with the majority group. But I would also say that our people need to also join forces and build alliances with the Latinx people and, of course, the indigenous people who are the Dalits in this racial caste system called racial capitalism, white supremacy, whatever you want to call it.
Word, Yuri. Yuri, but you know we over here smoking and drinking though, right, baby? The substance, we dig it. It's a holiday weekend here, baby boy, and we over here smoking and drinking and drinking.
As soon as your live stream is done, as soon as I'm done rewatching an interview I have to upload, there's a bunch of Coronas and cigarettes like waiting for me. So
not cigarettes. Not cigarettes. We don't. No. I don't want to be. I'm trying.
I'm trying. I don't live in Brussels or Waterloo where I can easily go out to find
no
like a
cigarettes,
deal.
Yuri.
I'm in isolated Villersville, so the best I can come up with is booze and.
But no, yeah. but Yuri, in all seriousness, I appreciate you. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate the seriousness of the questions. Kim is correct, but so was Dr. King, and I think it no. Okay. Go ahead, Jackie. Maybe.
Yeah, Jacqueline, get in there.
But Yuri, thank you. I'm gonna let Jackie answer, and we're gonna move on. But thank you, Yuri. Appreciate your support.
No problem.
Peace.
So I disagree a little bit with King's analysis of how the Irish and the Polish and the other immigrant groups were able to attain political power.
Right.
And of course, the reason they didn't have political power, completely different from the reasons we didn't have political power, right? So they didn't gain political power by aligning themselves with a larger political machine. They were given legitimacy in this system by being conferred upon them whiteness, so that they could participate in the political machine, because now they weren't Irish, now they weren't Polish, now they were accepted by the society, now they were white. And even if they were poor, as long as they, according to this society, the machine, as long as they opposed any alliances with us and indigenous people, then they were accepted. So, and King, it's, people think that you can't critique the greats, but when their analysis is historically incorrect, I think it's our responsibility to do
That's
that.
fair. Right on. Right on.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
I mean, so I think, if and this is not to say that I don't believe that we should make alliances with people. Certainly, I think the labor movement in the 30s and the 40s, particularly pushed by the Communist Party in the South in particular, really does show us the power of an integrated, organized force. But we also can't forget that time and time again in this country, too much of the white working class has been too easily bought off with racism and have been convinced that their lot is better thrown in with the bosses than with the blacks. Not in every case, but in too many cases. So I think we have to look very intently at what history tells us about alliances, and our alliances need to be on a very a merciless class basis, and that is for black and white folks, particularly for black folks, because the black bourgeoisie is that they are our biggest enemies. I think maybe not our biggest, but our closest, perhaps.
It's close.
Closest,
It's
perhaps.
very close.
Yeah.
I can't
So
But that's all I got to say about
I,
that.
I stand corrected. Jackie is right. Dr. King was close. Just want to make that clear.
What did Cornell say on the second interview? What did he say? He said we cannot be promiscuous in our unity.
Right, right.
We cannot be promiscuous with our unity. I say, yeah.
Right on. By the way, he'll be back on, what was that, July 13th, right?
Yeah, July 13th.
Right. And, but we don't have that set at the time you can do it, right? No, because you got BAM.
Yeah, I can
So
I can give you a solid maybe 30 minutes, maybe 45
Okay,
minutes.
okay,
Get in there, Jacqueline.
okay. We'll work that out, but right on, right on. Anybody else got any comments, questions, critiques, criticisms, queries for any of us?
How many are still in the chat?
We got 205 in the chat.
What?
Two
Y'all
oh
are
five
just
in the
hanging
chat.
out with us, just hanging out.
That's why we love
wild.
Jackie Luqman bars. Now, Dr. JB, please don't have another sit down with Cornell West without BP and political journalist and strategist Jackie Luqman.
That's right.
We're trying.
Yo.
So again, remember, we don't have full control over Dr. West's calendar. So we can't just say, son, Jackie's schedule doesn't,
The queen can't talk to you at 2:00, sir.
But I will say, like, I don't know how these interviews with others are set up. And I don't want to act like, Cornell West and I don't have like this deep connection.
Sure.
But I do just email him. So
Yeah.
we can always try to set up something where he comes on BAM or comes on Luqman Nation separately. We can try to put that email, link that up so that you have more time.
I'm open.
I'd
I'm open
honestly,
to it.
selfishly, I would love to see him on there with you and Dr. Tauheed too.
Hey.
What would,
That's an idea.
like, so I'm happy to help with that. I think that would be dope.
Yeah, and he would do it. He would absolutely do it.
Tauheed would do it?
Oh, he would absolutely do it. Oh yeah, he would absolutely do it. Let me reach out to him. I'm sure he'd be dope.
Ask him what he thinks,
I'm sure
and
he'd
then
be
we
down
can send.
for it.
I mean, we can at least send an email, and worst case scenario, Dr. West says no or shows up late. It's like I'm just playing. Ray Johnson, what's up, sir?
What's going on, my people? How y'all feeling? Y'all all right?
We good.
All right. I'm pretty good, man. Pretty good. Hanging out with the family. Life is good. I got an echo. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
I don't hear the echo.
Yep. You're good.
All right.
We're good over here.
All right. So Yuri read my comment.
Okay.
Hey, baby. How's it going? I'm on the phone right now. Yuri read my comment, and I just wanted to give a little bit of clarity for it. You can come here. Come on. My criticism, because you asked for it, is that you should have a ready-made response for people who say, how is undermining our participation in capitalism? Say hi, Reverend.
Hi.
So I get what you're saying that your response is in the book. Ryan, can you turn that back on? Thank you. As soon as Daddy does something, you know how it goes.
Wait, hold on, real quick, Ray, real quick. Are folks saying they hear an echo? Are you hearing an echo from us?
I mean, yeah, but if y'all are fine, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the superstars here. Hey, River, let her out. Let her out, cause she's on the.
What about now?
Oh, and I got my babies fighting now, so you know what I'm saying? All right. Come
They
here,
waited
baby.
until you got on the phone.
Daddy got on the phone. Say hi, Ryan.
Baby
So
Power Media, yes.
okay, so I get what you're saying that it's a political response, but the thing is, you're talking to a population of people who are uh, a population of people who are like basically starved of any kind of knowledge of what political power is. You know, like there's a reason 19 Keys is so popular. It's because people think as long as I chase the bag, then I'm going to be okay. So I feel like your book particularly undermines the actual propaganda of joining the system. I mean, that's the name, right? So when people say, so what does that mean? Should I just not chase the bag? You should be able to say it empowers black people because the thing that links us is that the system is against us. So that's a reason to undermine the system. That's a reason to undermine our participation. Unless I'm
I can quote
misunderstanding
you.
something.
So I get to quote you.
Sounds like a
I mean,
quote.
So
that's
Ray
that.
said,
No, I mean, like, yo, when Yuri read the question, you know, it ended with, I think that it helps us and empowers us in this way. But is that what you think? I mean, I don't know what you think. You don't actually say it.
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think I say it overt. I mean, what I do say in the book is we need political power. We need the
True.
ability to define wealth, define reality, and make it act in a desired manner. We need the ability to define what wealth is, how it's created, and how it's distributed. But you're right. I never intended to address that issue with this book. So my only ready-made response is capitalism is not an answer. Investment is not an answer. Circulating dollar mythologies are not answers. So the only way to get to an answer, and on some level, I don't claim to have them all, and I'm always suspicious of those who say that they do. So but maybe I need to think about that because I hear you, but my answer has always been the real solutions come from the discussions and the decisions made in rooms where we're not on camera, when we're in an organization, when we've made a commitment to one another based on a set of agreed upon principles. That's where the solutions come. When people come in and they stand in front of big audiences and platforms and sell you tickets and say to get your salvation, you have to pay me for a ticket. And then their solution is invest in real estate, invest in crypto, invest in a black business, start a business. They're, if not lying willfully, they're at least wrong. So I don't know. I mean,
No, I agree wholeheartedly.
I don't know. So other than what you literally just said at the beginning, like what would that line be? Like what's that elevator pitch that I don't have? Are you? I thought you would say you had the answer. I was about to say, P, come on now, come on, give it to me then. What you waiting for? Give it to me.
I mean, you know, I tell you a little bit about what I think. You know what I'm saying? And I actually think it goes a little deeper into the lie of whiteness. You know what I'm saying? That Jackie pointed out about how the Irish, when they became white, they got a little bit extra power. But the belief that wealth can protect us from the chaos of the universe. You know what I'm saying? Like those billionaires, they get all this money and they go to the sub thinking that they're safe and their money will protect them, and it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like as,
I keep
as
saying I feel sorry on some level, but you're right. I guess
I mean,
right on that
I
one.
mean, not to say this. It's just the idea that human beings created money for the idea that this civilization and all of that will protect us from ultimately death, and it doesn't. And if Black people as a whole could like connect to the fact that we can be more in line with the universe than these Yurugu who think that they can chop down every tree and then still breathe, like that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? So as long as we can connect to the idea that money isn't the end all be all, that's a start for an elevator pitch. But I'm not the genius mind here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got it.
It sounded pretty sharp to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. I mean, but I think. Well, go ahead, Terry.
No, I don't have it. I'm waiting on you. I'm smiling because
That's a staple there, baby.
But it's almost like the
Let's talk about it later.
that if we
Yeah,
can
see here.
succeed in capitalism, we can end our misery.
And that's not and that's exactly the argument that if you can get a big enough bag, then you will be free. That's the argument. If you make enough money, you'll be free.
But hasn't that happened several times before? And
What?
Like certain people have gotten to a certain financial whatever in history. There's been more than one road. There's been more than one Rosewood. This thriving Black community.
And what do they do?
Let's burn it.
And what? Thank you. I mean, look, Oprah Winfrey, one of the richest Black women in the world, went into a store in whatever country that was, and they won't go sell her a bag. Why? But because she was Oprah Winfrey and her bag wasn't big enough? No, they won't go sell her one of their bags because she a nigga. So I don't care how much money we think we make, we can chase as much bag as we want to. As far as the system is concerned, we are still niggas. And they will treat us that way regardless of how much money we make. Ask LeBron James when they spray painted the word nigga on his multi-million-dollar mansion a garage door. Did they not? Was he still not LeBron James, NBA basketball star, all-star? Didn't he have a big old bag? Did it protect him from being called a nigga? No.
Like OJ. I'm not a nigga, I'm OJ.
And I noticed in the chat, somebody was saying, well, doesn't chasing the bag keep you from starving? We're not talking about people needing to work to make money to support ourselves. We're not talking about needing to live. We're talking about chasing this myth that for Black people, financial success, that is where our liberation is. That's what we're talking about. That's individualistic, that is capitalistic, and it disconnects us from the collective suffering of our people.
Boom.
That's part of the system.
But Ray, I do hear you on this whole thing of I need that right phrase, that quick phrase. Although I will say, I often feel like, because there's been moments where somebody has called, pulled me up and said, like, I don't agree with you, and I've delivered to them what I thought was better than I've done tonight, like just bars, like it was just flowing. It was like a Biggie verse of response, and they were still like, I'm gonna go, buy a house and a car and demonstrate how capitalism makes my life better. I don't know, something like that. So on some level, at the end of both editions, there's a reference to a study that talks about the impact of propaganda on a person's or a group's psyche. And I think that's real.
Yes.
I mean, on some level,
yes.
There is no one line that's going to be like, oh, wow, I get it now. It is, I think, more complicated than that. But I appreciate what you're saying about needing to have a better or a faster or more succinct. And I'll keep trying to figure it out.
Hey, brother, I got a lot of faith in you, man. If it wasn't, you turn me on to so much. That cultural Cold War book that actually talks about the government.
She destroyed.
Yeah, she actually like talked about what propaganda is, but I think that you're right to reach for the propaganda that affects all of us. That's why, like, regardless of what you think, I know you think it's not as revolutionary as I Mix What I Like, and I ain't read that yet. But this is a revolutionary book. The idea, because it's insidious. You know what I'm saying? It's like a hey, I'm gonna go. I appreciate y'all having me. Hopefully we'll talk soon. All right, y'all be safe.
Thank you, Ray. Appreciate you. Take
Say
care.
bye, Ray. Say bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace.
No, like, I don't know. There's no winning in the system. You know what I'm saying, for Black people. And I think a lot about the Squeegee kids in Baltimore, right? Who came up with a hustle that that they were driven to out of necessity, out of the state abandoning not only their city for a long time. And to think about how long Squeegee kids have been out on the corners of Baltimore City is also a mind blowing thing also. But for them to criminalize this activity when the children have demonstrated that they can produce something, right? And then they get in trouble for it. It's like, wait a minute, you drove them out here to try to provide resources for themselves. They're able to do that, and you're like, nope, now y'all can't do that. Now what you're trying to do is illegal.
That's crazy.
It makes white people uncomfortable.
That's what
which is really the crime.
That's really what it is.
That's the crime.
because we need you to be poor and oppressed and over there.
Right. Over there. Where we
Away.
can't see.
Poncho, big shout out to you. Thank you very much. Poncho McFarlane, one of my favorite people, one of the best people out here, and truly demonstrates that not all of us academics are full of shit. So thank you, Poncho. And Ricky, always appreciate your support of I Mix What I Like and all of it. So appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yeah, what's up? How we doing? I don't It is
Look,
9 o'clock. I don't how you all doing?
Let me tell y'all something. It's dark outside.
It's dark.
It's country dark outside.
It's country dark.
This ain't no street lights out here dark outside. It's dark.
So what that mean?
It means Jackie needs to go home.
Jackie,
So-
every time you leave, I get sad. Even when you leave the screen.
We do. We all do. It's like
Is there an uncomfortable silence?
the withdrawal that we're about to feel when you walk out of here is about to be
Like
intense.
Jackie left.
Jackie left.
I guess we about to
It's
talk.
over. Jackie's got to go, y'all. So we got to wrap it up.
We gotta
It's
go.
like Alex says, country dark.
It's
It's-
country dark out here.
It's
It is.
it's sundown town dark.
Whoa. Which, I know Columbia itself is not just sundown town per se, but I feel like Howard County is a sundown county. You know what I mean? Howard County's big sundown county energy. You know what's funny? So, I don't live up here no more, right, Jared? So we coming up here, and, I went to high school around here. So I'm like, oh, wow. And I said, there's a park down the street, turn one way to go to your house, turn the other way to go to the park. And Parrish and Markel reminded me, they said that's the after school fight park. That's where everybody show up for the fight. Kim, you don't remember going up to that park and watch a bunch of fights?
The after school.
Oh man, we used to oh man, and I don't know, like Parrish, you all are a couple years younger. So Parrish, you might not remember this, but there was one, I think this would have been 88. There was a big grit fight. You remember the grits? The grits are like the
Headbangers.
the rednecks and the headbangers and the hill whatever. And we was supposed to have, there was supposed to be this big brawl between them and everybody. And I went to all of those fields. I remember it was pouring rain, and I had gone to an Orioles game a few weeks before, and they gave out back in the day, because they used to not care about this. You won't do this again anymore. But they gave out little miniaturized bats.
Mm-hmm. I remember those.
And I had mine out in the rain, walking from one field to the next. Like I was in my own. You don't remember the Outsiders? I thought I was in the Outsiders. I was in the Outsiders. I'm gonna find these motherfuckers.
Looking for a fight.
And I remember some
Onions.
cats, I don't even remember who they were. Some friends of mine saw me walking and picked me up soaking in the rain. We never found anybody, but we drove all over, and the big fight never happened. There was a number of small skirmishes, but I remember all the fields, like the pool parties, the pools out here. Like tonight, somebody should be jumping a fence,
Yeah,
and
that's,
throwing beer over, and anyway,
that's big Howard County kid.
that's Howard County. That's we used to, but now I don't know. Do they have? I
Things are
mean,
different.
I asked my daughter. Well, my daughters claim they're supposed to be more innocent, so they don't know. But I was like, where the parties at? I don't know.
Daddy's with daughters at the range, bro. Daddy's with daughters at the range. Daddy's with daughters at the range. We just gonna go
Okay.
couple rounds and bop, 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 bop. Work on the aim. Daddy's
Oh
with
my
daughters at the
God.
range.
Yeah.
You know what a party is, man. The party is out them country roads with them big houses,
That's what it is.
and you just gotta find the one. You just gotta be cool enough with the right.
Oh, hold on. We got my bad. We got Evan in here. We didn't answer Evan, did we?
No, I don't think we did.
Evan, you still there? My bad, Evan. What's up?
Yo, no worries.
Hey.
Hey, Jackie. I just want to say congratulations to you, Dr. Ball. Your work is awesome. I'm admittedly still working through it halfway, but I'm seeing a lot in my own work that it applies, and I just want to shout you out because I work as a consultant for a large firm that will remain anonymous. And I do.
Keep that job, my man. Keep it. Don't lose your job tonight like the rest of us.
But I do DEI work, right? So we sell equity-related work to companies trying to help them attract young, diverse talent, what have you, right? Expand their customer base, what have you. Clearly, from my point of view, I'm always trying to increase equity, but I feel like what I've experienced is what I would say is the glass ceiling of trying to sell any type of equity work, right? Because at the end of the day, if the point is to make more money, whatever the equity intervention is going to be secondary to that. And I think it's interesting the way you call what I think is the proto business case for DEI on page 44 of your second edition, where they're talking about, I'm trying to get the quote right. It's talking about a presumably new Negro market had emerged according to management, retail, and advertising literature.
That's your phone, Evan?
Oh, not me.
Whose phone? Is that in here?
No, I think that's.
Not having too much phone.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead. Sorry. Sorry.
No, we're good. Let me see. According to management, retail, and advertising literature, with an annual purchasing power of $220 billion, almost equal to that of Canada, and this meant there was no longer a need nor an ability to refuse employment to Black workers because their presence would further entice Black consumerism from an increasingly unthreatening community. Not only was welcoming this buying power good for the calm of the country, it was good for business. And for me, that is that is the proto business case for DEI explicitly. And it is not about, as you say, increasing the political or financial power of the Black community. It is not about empowering anybody in any community. It is about capturing a market. And I just thought that was really illuminating from what I have seen in my work, from what I think is publicly available. When you see since 2020, all of these CDIOs leaving their roles because they can't make any progress because, shocker, equity is not the goal and will never be the primary goal as long as we have this current political economic system. So I just want to shout you out for that. I think it's excellent. I think the way that people do not engage with your work is to testament to how iron tight the arguments are, and people don't want that smoke. So shout out to you. I think my additional point is just for you. How do you see this playing out when we think about co-ops? I saw the panel this past weekend. I thought it was really, really illuminating and interesting. But I think when obviously the contradictions of having any kind of nonprofit organization or structure, you have to kind of, you have to solicit capital for investment. It feels like a clear issue. I appreciate what Kamal said about prioritizing the organizational structure over the kind of nonprofit structure, but just thinking from your perspective about how this relates to buying power and how an actual organization that was, ideologically, politically aligned to what you're presenting in this book would kind of approach that, if that makes sense.
No, it does, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. The short answer is that I think what what Kamau and that nonprofit panel did in Atlanta was, I thought, very important. Because it showed the distinction between revolutionaries engaged in nonprofit spaces and non-profiteers engaging in what they claim is revolution.
For sure.
And that to me is the only difference. I'm not critical of any of what any of us do to survive and get by based on what we're imposed upon in terms of propaganda and education, as long as we're not claiming it's revolution.
Yeah.
So when you have Kamau and everybody saying, and with Hiram especially, shout out to
Hiram.
You talk about
he committed class suicide on stage.
I mean,
right?
that's what I'm saying. It was he literally he performed it absolutely.
Right.
But that was the point.
Yeah.
I'm a revolutionary. He's saying I'm engaged in non-revolutionary processes. That's different from so many others who are saying I'm making this non-revolutionary process revolutionary by my engagement.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what, and I guess that's, and I hope I'm getting to the crux of your question or point without going too far, but that's really the only thing that motivates me at this point is when people make that false claim. If you're out here, I don't really care what it is. If you're waiting tables and you're like, but I'm surviving and I'm doing the best I can to support other people's revolutionary work, great. But the moment you like, I'm a revolutionary waitress, I'm a revolutionary professor, I'm a revolutionary dishwasher. Come on, man. I mean, that's part of, or rather I should say, my dishwashing or professing in and of itself is revolutionary. No, it's not. That's really what I'm trying to say. I'm not. So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I missed. I hope I got to your.
No, that makes sense, and it applies, to what what I was asking. So I appreciate it, and I know it's late over there. It's country dark, as y'all say.
Country dark. I like that. We gotta start.
I appreciate all the work y'all do on BPM. Shout out to all of y'all. I mean, Kim, I don't know you personally, but I love the things you say. Jackie, you already know what it is. I can't wait to see you next. And Jared, let us know when we can do the BAP get together out there, so we can burn something down in person.
Wait, say that again. Let you know what you can what?
So we can burn something down in person. You know how it is. You know what I'm saying? Let me just come out there with y'all and hang out.
The Hickory Ridge Village Board meetings are on the website and are open to the public. They don't check residency at the door, so show on up. Thank you very much, Evan. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your work.
Peace. I was like, I would love to. I was kind of tripping one night. I was sitting at the meeting and I was like, what if?
You just dropped the link. And everybody flooded the Hickory, all the BPM viewers. And everybody's like, what is this liberal shit going on in this room? God, I can only imagine what is on the fucking agenda at the Hickory Ridge Advisory Council.
So the biggest thing is always and it is real. It's the not zoning. It's the contractors who can determine everything. Wow. They own everything. Kimco owns everything around here. Everything.
For the last 40, 50 years, it's the end game play. That in of itself is why all of this stuff is the way it is. Because when you get a map today, that map is the end product of something that went into play 40
decades ago.
That's right.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a warped monopoly game that we're fighting to try to survive in.
But after that, what was one of the main agenda items is replanting some sort of, and I don't mean to laugh like it's, I actually would like it, but to think of the drop in severity of importance. It's the replanting grass and plants around the edges of the paths that are all over Columbia. So there's like a lot of edges where it's like, it's worn out. We need more grass and sod and that took up, they had maps and people walking miles throughout the paths.
They were serious about it.
They were serious.
Serious.
So it was like, this relatively important, and it's like this huge drop down to walk the paths with us and identify the corners that need more.
You got to drop the latitude and longitude pin of your location.
That's it.
Where there's new sod needed.
That's it. And they responded. Like right down the street here on one of the paths. It's like got a whole new straw and whatever. So I was like, well, so if I was thinking with that level of response, if I said national universal health care, Columbia's going to jump in. And anyway, a couple of people. Well, first of all, how we doing on? Because I got a couple of people jumped in. Are you?
How you feeling, Jack? I'm fine. Okay, good.
You good?
I don't have to be anywhere.
All right, let's go in order. Diabe.
We sitting in your house, sir.
Well, I'm not. You're not a hostage. So if you need to leave, you know what I'm saying. I'm not holding you. If you gotta go.
Can y'all hear me?
Go ahead. What's up? What's happening?
Y'all hear me?
Yes. Do you hear us?
Oh, really? Oh.
You stole my StreamYard background, though. I see that.
I'm doing all right. How's everybody doing? Y'all doing good over there?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Can you hear?
Can you hear us?
I keep hearing myself over here. Anyway, I'm gonna just try to work through the echo. So I got the book. I think it was a really interesting read. I don't really have a whole lot to critique. It's just more of if you take the idea seriously, I would ask what would you go from there? Like if you were to write a part 2, like what would that look like?
So part 2 would be read George Jackson's Blood in My Eye. That's part 2 for me. And I'm not even joking. There's nothing I would say that I would just say read that. That's
deep,
my
man.
book. That's because honestly, read other people's work. I don't have a part 2. The part 2 is what George was saying. It's what Joy James is saying. It's what my comrades here say on BPM.
Oh my shit.
You good?
Yeah, everything's good. Everything's good.
It's yeah, that would be it, because the part 2 is how do we get. That's funny. That is funny. Because the part 2 is how do we get political power? Because I'm saying there is no pathway through Black capitalism and investment. So how do we get political power? And that requires a whole set of other conversations.
Okay.
And I'm sorry that so many of you are saying you hear the echo. I don't hear an echo, so I'm not sure.
Oh no, it's just I think because I still have
into the chat too. I'm not sure where it's coming from.
Yeah, no, I just muted the YouTube chat because that's how I was hearing it. Because when I joined, I was still in the other chats.
Oh well, that'll do it, baby. All day.
Oh well, that will do it. Yeah. But I see other people in the chat saying that too. So.
Oh.
How they get to your house? How do they get you to the house, Rick?
Yeah, I guess while I'm here, I just want to say I really like the Remix Morning Show. I watch it every once in a while. It's kind of interesting to see like y'all are telling the news, but y'all also having fun. So I think that's kind of cool.
Because we're real human beings.
Thank you for that.
But thank you for that. Seriously, thank you. And I honestly don't mean to be short or flip it with my response to your question. I appreciate it, but that is my honest answer.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you remember, but I was initially asking you if you had like in-person meet. Like I was the one to ask you about that link.
Ooh, book signing.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I don't have a plan to at the moment, but we were just sort of talking about, BPM pop-ups. So all I would say is stay tuned. And I appreciate it. But nothing at the moment planned, but I like the idea.
Okay. Yeah. Again, y'all really do some interesting work. I just wanted to give that little comment. So I'm gonna just hop out.
All right.
Damn, it should be
Thank
pretty
you
late
so
over there.
much.
Appreciate you,
Thank
Diabe.
you.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
no problem.
much. Peace.
Yeah. See y'all.
When you guys on Earn Your Liberation were doing the zip code check-ins, I was like, I know some of them zip codes. Somebody screamed out 20707. I said, I know exactly where that is. 2001, no, 20001.
Right.
I said, somebody live in the night. Somebody live uptown. somebody live nice part of DC. And somebody said 21045. Like, I know exactly where that is too, out here in Creektown.
On business, what's happening? Welcome. Oh wait.
Peace.
Go ahead. Welcome.
All right, copy. Just wanted to say congratulations on that second edition. I think it's fire that you add into the first edition and making it stronger, making it a more substantial piece of work that people could pull from. I kind of felt that I was hearing what the brother Ray was saying when he had said, "Oh, my volume low."
A little bit.
Right.
But I hear you.
All right. I'm gonna try to pick it up real quick. Hopefully it works. You hear me a little bit better?
That's better. Yes, it is better. Yes.
All right then. We on. So, I heard what that brother Ray was saying. What I was saying first was, second edition. I think it's good that you strengthened your first edition and made it a better tool for people to use. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the people who coming on saying that it's helping them, it's opening their eyes, and it lets people be able to decipher the propaganda like you studied and everything from reality. But what that brother was saying, I kind of feel like I understand where he's coming from as far as having like sort of like a canned argument for people that's kind of like objecting or they being contrary when they hear about what you're saying. Because that'll be like a propaganda tool for you, as far as you always stressing that your book don't get promoted and everything. Some to a certain part, the idea of your book is contrary to promotion, period, because it stands against what everybody understands as like real or useful, period. So like if you got something canned, then that'll kind of chip away or like pierce through that hole or through that wall that they got. And I kind of think that like if you stress the fact that, like they said, chasing the bag ain't power, but the bag itself, like money itself, is attached to the people that's limiting your power, and they could change the rules anytime, like the Supreme Court just did. So, if the conditions to make bread and to make capitalism something that either pleases you as an individual or it gives you some idea of protection or comfort, like people was arguing that if you get the bag, it helps you individually feed your family or put barriers between you. Those barriers could disappear or dissolve with the strike of a pen. You know what I'm saying? And so that political power or that popular collective power, that's a different type of weapon against that than really buying into shit, putting your time and effort into the bag. And then at some point in time, when a person make a decision, the bag, the idea of crypto too, it makes that even clearer because crypto is digital bread. And once they digitize bread, what's your bag gonna be worth? You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of ones and zeros.
I did see, first of all, on business, where in New York are you from? You got New Yorkers in the audience wanting to hear the accent.
Yep, because that accent is strong.
Where you at, man?
And wouldn't go up in the Heights.
Okay.
Where's that?
Columbia Heights?
Okay. No. The Heights, boy. Okay.
That's not Columbia Heights. What I say? Columbia
Heights.
Not
Columbia Heights. Washington.
Still down
Washington. Listen.
Washington
Y'all having
Heights,
a good time. He said
DC,
Columbia Heights.
I said
You
because that's
having a
in
good
DC.
time right there, bro.
No, that's
Whatever
in
y'all
DC.
got,
My
I
bad.
need y'all to put some of that in the mail and send some of that to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I need to have fun with y'all too.
Told y'all.
But on
But
business, just to be clear, just be clear. There is a Columbia Heights in DC.
all
I
right,
was
all
thinking
right,
of Washington Heights. You are right. My bad though. My bad.
all right,
My
all
bad.
right,
Okay. Okay.
all right. Yeah, no,
Sorry.
but that's what I was saying is like I I feel that idea might help you do that like you said elevator pitch type thing. It's like tell them like yo that bag, the money, it's attached to the power and the decision about that power that'll change everything that you might feel like you got a bag, but your bag will be worthless. You know what I'm saying? And the power that you talking about at the end of the book, that's real power. And that's what's really going to save you. And that's worth putting your time into. You know what I'm saying? So that
So I'm
that
gonna
that was
say
like my little 10 cents.
I appreciate it, and that's gonna be my response. I'm gonna say like Washington Heights on business said, the political no, in all seriousness, I hear you and I appreciate that. And I heard in watching this Corey Holcomb versus Boyce Watkins thing, it was hilarious because Corey said the same thing to Boyce. You out here and I don't think he was fully right, but it was funny. He said, you out here talking about this money, but it's about to be all digital. We ain't about to have no cash. We're not gonna have access to the cash.
Nah, it's real. Cause I mean it's a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
digital or material cash, the reality is it's a handful that control its distribution and its value.
Exactly.
So
That's
that's
what it is.
yeah.
That's what
So
it
I hear you.
is, Doc. So that's when you tell them that, or you find a way to drive that home real quick, and you let them know like it's three, like somebody said, 3 carb Molly. You know what I'm saying? It's 3 carb Molly. Once they shuffle that thing, you ain't gonna catch the ball after that. It's a wrap.
That's
Your
fact.
money gone. You
Yeah.
know. So that's that. You know. And then
Thank you.
as far as
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
link ups, bro. As far as the link ups go, you know, y'all just think it out. Let us know. But you know what I'm saying? Somebody said it in the chat, and I think they right. You might want to do the open air instead of the indoor. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit
Word.
cheaper, and you know, I see that y'all like to partake of the good things. So you know what I'm saying? It's much easier to do that on a open air, fresh air tip. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
like that. You're right.
Come on, New York, on brand, on business. You got to give us some suggestions. Like where
oh,
is that kind of spot? Yeah.
up here, I mean, they got Washington Square Park where they be going heavy with it. Um, Washington Square Park is crazy. They got
Yeah,
a
it
couple
is
spots
crazy.
in
It is crazy.
Yo, you like it, Doc. I'm telling you, you like it
I've
out there,
been
man.
there. Come on now. Come on now.
I
Come
you
on
see you
now.
then. You know?
I
So
got
that's it.
hey, back
That's the
once upon
spot.
a time. I got for a bag in Washington
Wow.
Square Park.
It's
So
probably
I've
one of my
been.
old heads, man.
Hey, it was probably your boy. That's right. It's like,
Hey, but nah, this
he
time,
was
hey,
right
listen,
there from a
New
mile away.
York.
Get that oregano.
Listen, this time we got you. We got you. You messing
Thank
with
you.
the heights. We got everything, bro.
Thank
We got that piña, everything, baby. So you're gonna be right. You heard?
you. And I don't know. It sounds good though.
All right, man. Listen, thank y'all for being y'all. Thank y'all for having this. Thank
Thank
y'all, man. And
Thank you.
and don't and don't give Jackie no contact like that. Bro. I see she's
Too
smiling
late.
over there. She's smiling. All
She's
right.
well ventilated.
Yes.
She well ventilated.
All
Jackie's
right. All
taken
right.
care of. Nothing but the best for Jackie. Appreciate you, man. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Peace.
Peace. On business.
Fun.
That was dope.
That was nice. That was nice.
So what's up? I feel like we should. I don't know. I feel like we should probably wrap. No,
Wrap it up.
it's we're almost 3 hours in now.
Yeah. Wow. Are the people? Is people still with us?
We almost got 200, 191
yeah.
still. We holding
Still.
strong. Any other thoughts, comments, questions for the people? Um, please do come back tomorrow morning where we get more of Jackie and we get Daruba. We can celebrate. Don't tell him. Shh. We're gonna do we're gonna give him a little virtual digital birthday. I don't know. Haven't figured that out yet, by the way, but we're gonna. It was his birthday today.
Today.
So happy birthday to Daruba, or was it yesterday? It might have been yesterday. I've lost track. It might have been yesterday. Anyway, whatever. Daruba, shout out to him.
Happy birthday.
And then Ear Doctor be on for Sundays, and I think Warrior Class is on. I think there's a lot of stuff happening. Go back and make sure you check Kalanji's tribute to Medgar Evers. Thank you. And somebody else, too. I've just lost track. Anyway, but go check that out. And what else? Anything else? What else?
Burn It Down with Kim Brown coming back on Tuesday. We've been on break. I needed a mental health. I needed a little mental health sabbatical. So shout out to everyone that's been hitting me up like, is you coming back next week? Yes, we are coming back next week. So Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you to the remixers and the Fire Fam, because I know we got a bunch of y'all mixed bammers in here. So thank you. See y'all Tuesday.
Right
Hey, 4th
on.
of July. You know what I want? I want Ear Doctor on Tuesday's show. Are we doing a remix show on 4th of July?
Yeah. It's not and if I would show up just out of spite.
Just to shit on the whole idea of 4th of July.
was the day my grandfather transitioned.
Man, say that, man.
I said big up the
Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
No. I'm saying so every 4th of July now, I have a true.
Now you have a real reason.
Now you have a real
So
reason.
Parrish's grandfather passed on July 4th. So now we can actually make that day mean something.
Right.
That's
And we
right.
So that's
celebrate
it.
him
We
as an
celebrate the
ancestor.
life of James Henry McCleary, Sergeant
James Henry
Oh.
McCleary, right on.
Major.
Yeah.
James
I
Henry.
had the pleasure of meeting the brother, man. It says, I'm sorry, that's right on. And now, you know what? Because damn that day, other than that.
Well,
So,
I want
yeah.
the Ear Doctor to read us what to the slave is the 4th of July. I want, but
You want Ear Doctor to perform that?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh no.
that would be.
I want him to give us
A
performance.
full performance.
A reading of what to the
Come on, let's-
Negroes is the 4th of July. Yes.
Can we get him like an outfit and like a wig and all that? Like a
It's
like
kind
what
of
would,
short notice, but what kind of wig?
I don't know, like a Frederick Douglass, because he don't have no hair, so he
That's
would need
true.
like I don't know, like a
I can't-
Atlanta got it. Somebody in Atlanta got to have a Frederick Douglass
Wig.
wig.
Hairpiece, please.
Oh, look, I didn't know my computer was unplugged all this time.
Didn't they say that Frederick Douglass was the most photographed person of the 19th century? Or
I feel like I did hear that. That makes sense.
Interesting.
It makes sense.
Because of propaganda.
Propaganda.
propaganda, right?
See, y'all don't have no. It was the early stages of black people good, everybody good. See, Frederick's free. You must be happy.
Dr. Anderson says we are at the same financial state that we were.
Who are you quoting?
Dr. Claude Anderson says that.
See, this is my man right here. You see what happens when you lose touch with your people? They start quoting Claude Anderson, who ain't been right since. No, I'm just playing. No, he's a mess. He's a mess. He has some points, but I hear you. Go ahead.
If we're financially better today than we were, then why does he keep saying that we're still at the same 1 1/2?
No, he's right.
No, he's right about that.
No, absolutely. All jokes aside, Anderson is right about the economic condition. He's wrong about how we got here and what we can do to get out of it. That would be my quick.
There's a lot of people that's confused about how we got here. It's 3-card Monte. Nobody, we're all watching the same tragedy from different vantage points, but it's the same tragedy. You just have a different view.
I appreciate what you're doing, but some people are actually wrong. But I love you, man.
Come on now. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Shoot. I needed to hear. Can you say that one more time, please? And I'm taking notes. Everybody's not gonna get it. Didn't one of our leaders say that too? Because knowledge is like what, candy? Everybody can't eat it.
I love you, Parrish.
I love you too.
I don't have no argument with you about that.
You can't stop doing the right thing because everybody ain't gonna get it.
No, but there is. Oh man, Why didn't you bring this up 2 hours ago?
I was feeding my face. All the beautiful people downstairs, all of that good food. What?
So, but okay. I can't do it right now. Anderson, I just don't have it. I don't have it. Anderson, we've done a lot of critique on him on the site, and the analysis around capitalism is wrong. The analysis around what we can do to address this through investment, through circulating dollar, all of that is just wrong. Buying politicians. And what the one thing I will always remember, going back to the early 2000s when I was still on PFW, I called his office and said, can I have him on the show? Whoever was answering the phone from that day was a woman and said, Claude Anderson has retired because now we have gone too far and everything that he had been trying to warn us about has already taken place and it's too late. So he's not even doing this stuff anymore. He's moving on to other issues. So his return to the public sphere around these issues with this incorrect analysis is a little bit weird and shocking to me. Because like if it is in fact true that 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you said, I'm done because it's too late, then what are you back here doing? But all right.
I hear you.
But you my man.
No, I mean, 20
yes,
30 years ago.
That's it.
That's principle disagreement. I love that.
That's
because if life is a chess game and not checkers, 20 or 30 years ago, he was already seeing the stuff that's happening now. He's been behind.
But this is the problem I have. Life ain't chess. It's Go. I'm not playing. That game Go is way deeper.
Yeah.
And that's why China figured out how to get rid of poverty and we still over here. Anyway, all right.
Oh.
Go is deep though. Go is a monster of an intellectual challenge that makes chess look like checkers. So all due respect to the geniuses that have figured that out. It's what? It's Go. The game is Go. Who said? Sugar Booger. Go. Just go. G-O. Check it out. I love y'all, and I appreciate you coming through.
Man,
P, my man.
Shoot. We got
so happy to see Barry.
You got no idea. This dude, boy. Kim, thank you so much. This has been great.
No, you have to dap me, Jared.
Oh, my bad.
We're like neighbors, you know,
I'm dapping
cousins.
Jackie too.
You gotta dap. You gotta dap us.
Markel? Oh, he's not.
Oh, is he not down? He is not down.
Sleep. Okay.
Party
foul. No, I was just playing. Remixers, thank you very much. All the people that came through tonight, thank you very much for the support of the channel, all the work. Please like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. Get your rest, because Daruba and Jackie, get your rest. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Peace, only if you're willing to fight for it, like Fred Hampton used to say. And we'll catch you next time here at Why Mix What I Like, BPM, and wherever else. You know what it is. You know what it is. I'm going to find the joint here in a second. Thank you, everybody. Peace. Take care, everybody. Oh, no, that's not the right button. Hold on. Hold on, everybody.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, hit that.
I was trying to get you, buddy.
Bump that in.